I'm slimming out. I want the world to know. I gotta let it show. Yo! What's up, everyone? My name is Sclimbo, Socks Agency certified Sclimbo and self-improvement VTuber. It's been a bit. How we doing? Malfi, what's up? What's up, Malfi? Thanks for the raid. How are you doing today? I hope dispatch went well. How'd your stream go? Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Adachi, thank you for the sub. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like 35% off gift subs right now for the next few days or something. I did see Twitch did that, so yikes. But Adachi, thank you for the sub. What's going on? Currently slimming? Me too. I missed you, everyone. Usually we have these just chatting / fitness streams on Thursday, but obviously yesterday was Thanksgiving and I was, you know, getting full of stuffing and turkey and various other sides. So now we're slimming. Have errands now. Wanted to spread the pal love. Have a good stream. Thanks, Malfi. Good time with your errands. Get your rest. Get your protein. I will take the Palfinas from here because we are slimming out. Now, as usual, it is the fitness stream. So if you have any general questions, have any fitness questions or nutrition questions, you can go ahead and put those in the marshmallow. That should be pinned in the top. But first things first, where in the world is Sclimbo? Where am I today? Now, you could probably make some guesses from the architecture, right? There might be a little writing under my crotch there. You might be able to figure out, but we do have a win for the Asia voters today because we are in, drumroll please, we are in Kishangarh, India. Beautiful Kishangarh, India. India is the winner, so Asia is the winner today. Welcome in, everyone. Yeah, we do have another Asia win. We had Asia yesterday, too. Zooms on the crotch. Don't worry about the auto mod. Sorry about that. Auto mod's a little aggressive. I need to remember to turn it down. As a half British person, unfortunately, still live here. I might not celebrate it, but Thanksgiving seems like such a vibe. You know, it's really well placed. Hold on, let me give the win to the Asia voters here. What do the prediction payouts look like? Ooh, that's some big payouts there from the Europe to Asia. We have some transfer of points from the Europe voters to the Asia voters, but damn. Welcome in. Australia will win soon. Listen, we do have Australia and Oceania, so any of the islands in the area, the island nations as well, will be counted. So, you know, there's a good shot. There's a really good shot, but someday it will be. Everybody, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. But yeah, it is such a vibe. You know, the thing about it is, like, in the US, Thanksgiving is kind of perfectly placed because it makes it a holiday season all the way from October. Now, in my case, even further, right? Because Sclimbo's birthday, as a lot of you know, is October 5th. So for me, you can imagine how exciting my period of time is, right? I go from my birthday, 3 weeks later, it's Halloween, 3 weeks later, it's Thanksgiving, 3 or 4 weeks later, it's Christmas, and then right into New Year's. It's like a party for 3 months straight. So it's really good timing in the US to have it kind of right in between Halloween and Christmas. Is there a location guest poll in pre-stream? Yes, there is, Delmeyer. Yes, whoever comes to pre-stream, we do every day a where in the world is Sclimbo, where I'm in a different location every single time. So it's a little GeoGuessr thing. Sigurd, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the streaks, by the way. I do see those. Cotton. Rochi, also thanks for the follow. But yeah, my birthday's the start of the festivities. It is. It's really exciting. I think it's like it's just like a good spread. And then arguably when I was younger too, when I was a little slim, you also have that thing going on where like school starts around the beginning of September, and that's pretty exciting too. So technically you can argue, if you're crazy, that you can go all the way from summer into the beginning of school as an event, into my birthday, and then Halloween, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas. So really, the year starts in June. Is all I'm saying. The year starts in June. The rest is pre-gaming, but my birthday is always 2 weeks before Christmas. Any gifts tend to get split. Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing. Like, in a fair world, you get double gifts. In a very fair world, but this isn't a fair world necessarily. Hey, Megumi, what's going on? What are you? Oh, I'm Sclimbo. What's up? I'm Sclimbo. I'm Socks Agency certified little Sclimbo. How you doing? Hey, what's up, Dalek? What's going on? Welcome in. The spring does kind of feel like pre-gaming. It's a good season. I'm a fan of spring. Hey, D-Flare, thanks. Welcome in. I'm a fan of spring just because of the temperature and stuff like that. Thanks for the stretch water cat. But yeah, the ultimate life form. One year my birthday was on Thanksgiving, best dinner ever. I could imagine it. I had an interesting situation growing up, and yeah, it was a little spoiled in a way because in my Sclim family, which we were talking about a bit in pre-chat, my parents never got married, right? So I had like 3 different Christmases and birthdays all the time. Hey, Dalek, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. I guess we just started a hype train. Yikes. This early? Ooh, ooh. But yeah, no, so it was this thing for me always where like I would go to like every holiday was like 2 separate holidays, so I'd have 2 Christmases and like 2 birthdays, and I get presents on both sides. It was kind of unfair. And I was also an old, oh hey Flapper, what's up? I was also an only child Sclimbo, so it was a little unfair. It was a little unbalanced. With the real Sclim Shady, please stand up. Yeah, hey, what's up? It's me. It was a little unbalanced. But yeah, no, I love this period of time, and I'm excited to be here after Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone is stuffed full of turkey and various sides. Just to show it real quick, if you want to take a look-see over here, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I'm in the way. Check this out. This is my meal yesterday. This was plate number 1 of 2. I did go back for seconds of pretty much everything. Now, you might be noticing the distinct lack of greens, obviously. Yeah, you know me. You know what's up at this point. But yeah, we do have a distinct lack of greens on here. But yeah. How do Sclimbos turn into their final male VTuber form? Do they pupate? That's a good question. I think it's probably okay. It's probably like a VTuber, like a Digimon evolution more so than a Pokemon one. You know, it's like Pokemon is what I like the most, but it's more of a Digimon evolution because I think there's the potential for various paths and things like that, right? And that's technically in Pokemon too, but not in the same way. All to say, I had this yummy assortion. Now, yeah, I need to explain some things on this plate because there might be a few people who are like, what is that? And let me explain. So the guns get bigger. I do want you to put like chainsaws on my back. That would be pretty cool. So we have pictured here cornbread, which was very good. That's kind of at the top left of the image. The biggest turkey thigh you've ever seen in your life. I don't know how they got these. This must have come from those turbo turkeys and chickens that you see walking around. You know those, like, there's the video of the rooster coming out of that pen, and he's got legs like he does squats. Yeah, it might have been one of those because it was twice as big as like a normal chicken thigh. It was enormous. This is like, I wish I had a scale reference here because that was quite a lot of turkey. I think it was like over a pound. But I went back for seconds anyway, because haha, yummy, yummy, yummy. Then we do have baked mac and cheese there. My family does like to burn it. That's kind of a thing. They like it burnt. I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't hate it either. So yeah, I got a burnt piece. That's why it looks like that. Cranberry right out of the can. Natural, right? Grown in the can. And then some mashed potatoes with gravy. And then we also have like cheesecake and apple pie with vanilla and stuff. But this is a very traditional Thanksgiving spread without the vegetables. What's the weird jelly thing? That is cranberry sauce. That is canned cranberry sauce. My favorite, one of my favorites. So it's an ostrich leg. Yeah, kind of, honestly. We gave our turkey legs to the cats this year. Nice. I thought sauce was meant to be runny. Well, you know, it's like, you ever look at the 50s food from the US and you see that like aspic stuff where they have like meat in jello and stuff? It's like, it feels like it comes out of that era where it's like, canned cranberry, and it's just a solid block of slop. I love it. I'm a big fan. Oh, there is stuffing. Sorry, the stuffing's under. You can't see it. The wall of mac and cheese as one feature is blocking the stuffing, but there was a lot of stuffing. Scrambled, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. The stuffing was, it was like, I think sausage and chorizo stuffing. It was really good. We bake it with the thighs. So we bake the stuffing like around the thighs and the chicken thighs and stuff. Because rather than do a full turkey, we always do thighs. And the reason why is because my Sclim family is very, very small. We can get away with doing pretty much everything because we don't have anyone. So just to lay it out for you, I've mentioned this before, but my Sclim family is literally me, my mom, and my 2 aunts. That's it. Nobody's married. No, nobody's married. My mom and one of my aunts do have long-term boyfriends who've like been around for like 10 years, but nobody's married. So at maximum, there's 6 of us, like at maximum. So we don't really do a full turkey ever. I mean, we got KFC last year. There were 3 of us. So it's like, yeah, you know, we just do whatever. Friendsgiving's the big one, which I had last weekend, as you might have seen pictures on Twitter. So yeah. But yeah, it's not a big one. It's not a big one. A very small Sclim family, you could say. Very small Sclim family. A cozy time. Gotta go to a late Turkey Day gathering from my mom's side. I'll leave the tab open. Have a great one. Sigurd, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Have a good one and have some good time. Hey, what's up, a lost Canadian? Welcome in. Well, you're here for Thanksgiving, so you can enjoy too. Listen, all I'm saying is if I was Canadian, I know a lot of Canadian cities are right on the border, right? Right on the border of Canada and the US. I'm just saying, I'd probably celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving in October, and then when it's American Thanksgiving, I might just, you know, go over the border. Just go right over that border and have a second one, you know? Why limit the treats? Why limit the yummy times? Have you ever deep fried a turkey? No. But I'd have it. You thought the cornbread was a piece of pork belly? That's true, yeah. It does kind of look like that. Ooh, thank you for the hype train. Level 1. Nice. Let's see. In the UK, so the closest for us is Christmas, and I do roast beef in the slow cooker. Well, see, that's a depressing thing. Other countries have to go, and I get why people start celebrating Christmas early, because you have Halloween all the way until Christmas with nothing, right? So you have a whole month in November where nothing happens. And I understand the mental gymnastics to try and have Christmas early. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't agree. So my family doesn't have turkey on Thanksgiving. Hamtown around here. That feels a little hey, what's up, Oshkwe? What's going on? Or Oshkwe, welcome. I don't know how to pronounce that. Feel free to guide me on that. Welcome in, Raiders. What's going on? Let me give a shout out. How we doing? Anyone can roast beef. That's true. That's true. But yeah, so we're gonna have a little yap session, and then we're gonna do our fitness stuff. So I see some marshmallows coming in. We'll be doing that, and then I think later we might take a look at the Steam sale. I did see there's a Black Friday Steam sale going on, and I do like to do that on stream sometimes, because you guys can help give me ideas for like what we might want to play in the future and what I might want to pick up that's a good deal. So we might do a little browsing with recommendations from chat on stuff we might want to buy in the Steam sale. Probably not that high of a budget though. I do, you know, spend my money on protein primarily, but you know, maybe. Hey, what's up? Hello, wonderful fitness person. Well, hello to you too. If you believe in your heart, you too can be a wonderful fitness person. Anyone can. Hey, Soccer Rose, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Let's see, what else do we have to show off? Oh yeah, there is a couple new things. So this isn't like a super important new thing, but we did update one of the commands, because this right here, the command right here, my favorite non-binary buddy, is that me? I am male. But thank you. Listen, if you want me to be non-binary, you can do that. But we did update the merch command with the new candle, because that is a new thing that happened. So let me shill really quick, because we do have a candle sent out with After Midnight Candlery, and it is very good. I worked on this, we worked together, and we have our beautiful 5 a.m. Forced Frolic candle out right now. Oh, that's about you? That would make sense. I was like, me? My name's literally VTuber Male. You're talking to a chatter. I got you, Toph. I got you, Toph. But we do have our beautiful candle out now, too. 5 a.m. Forest Frolic. It is not brick scented. I promised you it wouldn't be brick scented. It's the smells of a forest at 5 a.m. A little bit of dew, a little bit of foresty mountain air, things like that. But that's out with AM Candlery right now, which is the last link in that little thing. So I wanted to show that off because that did drop on Tuesday, and I haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. I'm excited to get mine. Mine should be coming soon too, so I'll be able to smell myself. But to be fair, I smell myself every day, so when is the brick and candle? No promises. I'm gonna have to take a look at that candle. It's nice, honestly. I didn't even realize this. This is funny to me, right? I didn't realize there were other options besides just the candle. I think there's like wax smelters. There's like 3 different options, and I didn't even know that. I was like, oh, cool, nice. So yeah, there are a variety of things you can pick there for sure, for sure. I'm a nature guy, so I love the scent so much. Yeah, me too, me too. What VTuber Male smelled before being hit by a truck? Yeah, it's like, do I smell toast and just get hit by a truck? Pretty much. But yeah, Thanksgiving's a good time. I do have a few opinions though. So obviously my Thanksgivings aren't very exciting because there's very few people, right? So there's not really a lot of potential for drama. The other thing too is like, I'm the only younger person in the entire family, so they kind of have no choice but to put up with me, right? Like they don't have another fallback option. It's me or nothing, legacy wise. So they kind of have to just put up with me being me, which is fun because there's a little bit of power there, I would say, for sure. I'd expect some sort of gym-themed scent like Axe, but forest sounds really nice. Yeah, well, you know, I'm in the forest all the time. Never forget, my second Oshi mark is a compass for adventure because I like being outside, I like being in nature. You know, as I age, for sure, fitness and nature will combine more and more, and we're going to try and do some adventurous stuff on stream, too, so... You had an actual good turkey, which was shocking. You know, yeah, turkey's tough, especially the big ones. I find a lot of the time, if you're doing a full turkey, it's really hard to keep it moist. I don't know the trick, but it is really hard to keep a full turkey moist, that's for sure. So I much prefer just cooking thighs individually because there's so few of us. You could probably do that with even more people too. I think it's a good happy medium where you're still getting turkey, but you don't have to eat a full bird, you know? Gotta brine the turkey. Hey, Starfire. Yeah, we almost did that at Friendsgiving. We were intending to do that, but then I guess we didn't need to because we spatchcocked it and it was like already salty. So we were like, yeah, it's fine. Used to be the youngest in the whole family, but cousin's been having kids, so no longer need to worry. Yeah, no, for me, it's like they got to put up with anything because I'm the only option, right? So something funny did happen, though, which you might have seen on Twitter, that still blows my mind. So 2 things. For some reason, my Sclim mom knew that Globy was shutting down, the VTuber agency, Globy. I don't know how she knew that because she didn't even know, like, what, like, she doesn't even know what I do. she does, but like she hasn't seen it yet. And so I don't know how that came across her feed that Globy was shutting down, but she was like, oh yeah, I heard about that, when I was like, yeah, one shut down this morning, or was about to shut down this morning, or announced it. So I was like, that's weird. But the really weird one came in the form of, and come closer for this one because this is strange, right? My aunt's boyfriend, who's in his 60s, right? I was talking to him about something, and I forgot what I said. I was saying, like, you know, as I usually do, I was talking about, I had like 7 of something. I was like, yeah, I've done that about 7 times or something like that. And this man looked at me dead in the eyes, smiled, and went like 6 or 7, and then did the hand thing. Let me tell you, there was silence for a moment, and just mentally, I kind of came in like, what did you just say to me? Like, what the hell did you just say to me? Because this dude is in his 60s. Like, how could he have possibly known that? I have no idea. Like, he doesn't even know what Twitch is. Like, I've never seen him interact with technology in general. So it was just, it took me out of my body. It was like an out-of-body experience to have him look at me and just crack a smile and go like 6 or 7 and then do the stupid hand thing. And I was like, what? That was really weird. I don't know how that happened. I'm not even sure people are as familiar with the Globy talent as they are with the fact that Globy's shutting down. I'm familiar with some of the Globy talents, yeah. I know Bonnie was in there. I know, was Kiri Kilovolt in there in the past? I know a few Globy people, for sure. And then some mutuals on Twitter and stuff who I'm just getting to know, because I've saw them from the announcement and stuff, but yeah. It's getting the Ellen DeGeneres treatment. Well, you know, it's funny. I was walking around with some of my friends in a Walmart. We were getting, we all forgot that we needed some things for Thanksgiving. So we were doing a late night Walmart run for some ingredients. And we noticed that there was, there were, what are the figures called? Oh, what are the rough figures called? Pop, no. What are the ones, the little silly ones that everyone make? Funkos, thank you. Yeah, there were Funko Pops of Skibidi Toilet. And we took one look at that and we were like, oh, that's dead. Like that must be a sign that's not a thing anymore, right? Like if it's already going to be a Funko Pop, then it's got to be over, right? It's over at that point. So you're low-key at work. Okay, yeah, I'll be quiet, Bito. I'll be quiet. Yeah, sneaking me at work. Yeah, let me tone you down a little bit. How you doing? Yeah, Funkos. That's the other thing too, is like it was really weird that, oh, by the way, yeah, very chat of them to let the talents keep the IPs. Honestly, I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's really, really nice, a good thing to do. I think it just makes sense too, right? In many cases, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do with the IP if you're shutting down? Realistically, right? Like what use is it to you if you're shutting down? So I think it's fair that other organizations would do that and let, like, you know, release the IPs to them. So I think that's just a good way to do it. Michael Bay's company owns Skibidi Toilet now. Oh, wow. Is he gonna make a film with like Bloom and stuff like that? That'd be cool. Gotta love Valve just letting people use their IP. Yeah, big shout out to Nihon Falcom, who let us use all their music with credit, even in commercial applications, which is insane. It's not even like for fair use. It's like commercial applications too, as long as you credit them. And they have a huge orchestra and library of music. So it's like, hey, your games go back to the 80s. I'm taking those. I'm using some of that. The boycotting of Funko worked. Did it really? Skibidi Toilet Funkos have been out for ages. I might just not have seen them. I don't go to the toy section of Walmart very much. We were looking for Transformers because I guess there was a Black Friday deal for Transformers and one of my friends wanted to pick some up. So Funko's dying. Yeah. Is it weird? I kind of want one. It's, you know, it's like a good gag gift. Like that's a good like Secret Santa gift among a friend group where it's like, haha, you know, funny Skibidi Toilet Funko, right? But it was weird because the fact that my mom knew about Globy shutting down, but then she was asking me stuff like, do you know K-pop Demon Hunters? Question mark. And I was like, yeah, of course I do. And then she was like, do you know the Labubu? She was texting me like watching the Macy's Day Parade. Like, do you know Labubu? Do you know K-pop Demon Hunters? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And then she's like, oh yeah, I saw Globy shutting down. I'm like, what? What are you? That's a dissonance right there. What? I only bought Funkos when I was new to figures as a teen. I don't think they existed when I was a teen. I don't know when they started coming out. Labubu mentioned. The Labubu. Yeah, the Skibidi, Labubu, Dubai Chocolate, 6, 7. Did everyone like the stream? There was a Labubu float. I didn't see it. I was busy, but I didn't watch it. VTubers becoming mainstream at breakneck. Yeah, I mean, I guess we are in, you know, baseball games now and stuff too. A friend of mine hates Funko and religiously follows their revenue reports. Imagine being such a hater that you're gonna watch the revenue reports to make fun of them. That's brutal. I would never. That's like an advanced level hater right there. I love that though. Yeah, she's trying to stay hip, you know? So son, I started watching this interesting VTuber named Sclimbo. Oh, let me tell you the story of how she found out who I was. Because I didn't tell her like what agency. I told her obviously that I was part of an agency, but I didn't tell her what agency, right? And so her and her boyfriend used Google AI to figure out who I was. They were like searching because they knew when I started, right? So they were in Google AI and they were like, okay, US based VTuber company debut November in the last month, male, right? And I think like, I don't know if there were any others. So they found me, and let me tell you how hard it was to keep a straight face when my mom's boyfriend just hands me the phone and goes, "This you?" and it just says Sclimbo, and I'm like, "This you?" Like, oh, better than my parents. Yeah, well, the thing is, my mom's boyfriend is really up on tech in particular. So that was a him thing. Like he knows a lot about tech. He was texting me from like a computer shop being like, I want a 5090. So he knows what's up. Hey, what's up, Fry? What's going on? How you doing today? Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate, by the way. But yeah, this you, and it's just me, and I'm like, ooh. So it was a fun Thanksgiving, and then we played a little game where it was like a would you rather game, a little like card game where we just had like would you rather scenarios, and one of them presented itself that was actually really funny because the question was, be a billionaire but you only live 10 more years, or be penniless but you live with good health until age 99, right? Would you rather? Hey, what's up, Sheevan? What's going on? You ate a big plate of Thanksgiving leftovers? That's my dinner tonight. I'm going to put some brickin' in the leftovers because I only took sides. So I have mashed mac and cheese and stuffing, and I have gravy. So I'm just going to put some brickin' in it and then have that for dinner. But the only reason to use AI playing Where's Sclimbo? Yeah, I guess. But yeah, the question, and we can pose this to chat as well, because this is a thinker, right? Would you rather be a billionaire and only live 10 more years? Or would you rather have good health, be penniless, but live to 99? So the problem was every single person except me there was already over 60, right? So they were all like, all right, yeah, give me 10 more years and $1 billion. But I'm out here like, I want to live to 99. Like, I'm still young. So it wasn't fair because like they were already, you know, so much further down the line, right? So they had I mean, it makes sense at that age. I would probably take that deal too. But I don't know, hear me out, right? I like to think that if you pick good health till 99, even if you're penniless, basically go to jail. No, the way I interpret penniless is like, you don't have, like, clearly you have funds enough to survive, right? Because you're going to live with good health to 99. So you have to be able to eat. like you have to at least have enough money, whether it be through donations or whatever else, to eat. And I don't see penniless as meaning you can never make any money, but probably just enough, like you're always going to be very poor, right? But that also, if we're taking it literally, doesn't mean you can't barter. So if you have things that are physical but not money, penniless does not mean you don't have items or assets. So you could barter. So I see that as like okay, you're gonna have like a low, not low quality of life, but you're gonna be, you know, monetarily poor but live with good health till 99. I take that every time because, hear me out, I have a theory that if I were to live with good health until 99, medical technology might advance to the point where I could live much longer. See, I want to live forever. That's one thing of mine. Like, I really like, one of the reasons I like fitness and stuff, because I want to live as long as possible. I want to see what's up. I want to see what happens in the future. I want to live to 1,000, right? So for me, it's like, if I live to 99, there's a good bet that then medical technology will have us living to like 150. And then maybe when I get to 150, it'll be 180. Like, maybe you hit that curve. Void Father, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. So maybe you hit that curve around then, right? And then you see the vision rem block. Yeah, and then you just keep going. And then you just keep going. And then you just get to live forever. So that's kind of my hedge bet, is that if I can live long enough, I might be able to just keep it rolling. Sklimbo be like, sell all your blood plasma for the next 50 years. You could, Malphon. You could. What's up, Malphon? They said penniless, but not quarterless or dollarless. That's so true, actually. I could imagine myself being a transient, never settle down anywhere if I don't have any money. Yeah, that could be me. But I'd enjoy that. That'd be fun. Would you be able to afford the treatment to extend your life? I mean, yeah, that's another question, whether that'll even be available to everyone. But I don't know. We have no idea what the future looks like. I mean, it's exciting. I'm really excited for the future. Like, whether it be in a dismal way or a non-dismal way, I at the very least think the future is going to be exciting. J Ray, what's up? Technically, stocks in a company isn't money. It's just social construct that people think is money. Can't give a penny of a stock to a cashier at the store. That's also a good point. You could do it in stocks. Yeah. In before zombie apocalypse, future is real. Well, here's the thing. I just like, I don't know. I have complicated feelings on this. This might get a little heady, so I apologize for that if you're just here for a dumb fun time. But I have a lot of feelings on this. Okay, so hear me out, right? Like, think about all we've done in the last like 100 years, right? So go back to the year 1925. You know, airplanes are not new, but somewhat new. And then somehow between that time and now, we're like inventing AI. We're like going to the moon. We're exploring space. Like, we have no idea what's going to happen. Like, you can try to extrapolate what's going to happen in the next 50 or 60 years. You're probably going to be wrong. And with how many things ended up real that we thought could never happen, and how silly things are becoming in terms of just like the craziness of the world, like, I don't know. Listen, things are off the table at this point. Like, it would not surprise me if we go 50, 60 years out and we're part of a galactic federation, right? And that's exciting. We have no idea what's going to happen. So I want to live as long as possible to see it, because I just think we're in for a time. I'm not going to say a good time, but we're in for a time. Let me drink. I was so ready for the zombie apocalypse when I was younger. Yeah, I used to make like weapons and stuff to get ready to fight zombies. I keep hearing that if you're under like 45, 50, you'll live long enough for immortality. Black space, I believe that. Like, that's very likely. So I'm like ready. Like, I am so excited for the future. Because also, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people doom about getting older and stuff like that. But I tend to think the other way, where I'm like, all right, you know, there's a 3 in front of my age, right? I'm lower, but I'm 31 Sclim years old now, right? And in my mind, imagine if I lived to 93. What that would mean is that everything I've experienced so far, everything from born things you can't even remember all the way through, has only been a third of life. Can you imagine that? Like, I just know, thinking about it, it's like, oh my God, so much has happened. There have been so many friendships and adventures and weird things that happen, and sad times too, but so much has happened. And I can't imagine, like, wrap my head around the idea that that is going to happen 2 more times over, and then maybe even we'll see what technology looks like. But that's exciting to me, is to think, like, you know, I don't doom about getting older. It's quite the opposite. It's like, oh wow, like, a lot has happened in 30 years. I can't begin to imagine what's going to happen in the next 30. Wow. So I'm excited. It will be a time. Read a lot of Max Brooks for it too. Hey, what's up, Tinkle? What's up? Monkey paw curls. They put your brain into robots, and now you can live for 1,000 years, but you're first to watch ads every hour. I mean, how many ads every hour? That's like, maybe. Living long enough to see the conclusion of the Fermi paradox? Yeah, I think so. I think we're getting there. There's been a big slowdown in tech, partially due to low-hanging fruit, partially due to some issues with research. Most scientists spend about 40% of their work time looking for grants. True. Hey, Sonora, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, and we also are hitting the thing where it's like the limits of computing with microprocessors as they're getting smaller and smaller. But we probably just invent quantum computing. We already know it's a thing. We probably just figured that out, and then things just jump from there. Like, if there's one thing I'm confident in, it's that we're going to start progressing like crazy from this point. I very much think that it's like a ramp up situation where, and I think history kind of proves this in a way, as far as we know, that as, you know, technology progresses, but it's getting faster. And I think that's going to keep happening. I don't think it's going to stop suddenly unless we hit a cataclysm or something, you know? We might enter into a really scary climate state in the next 50 years. Livability index is dramatically lowering in places that are already barely slightly livable. Summer's only going to get hotter and winter's colder. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are concerns for sure, and, you know, hurdles to overcome. I just kind of have infinite faith in us to figure it out. It doesn't really come from anything. I watched a lot of Gurren Lagann when I was younger. So all I need to hear is the confidence that we can beat the spiral nemesis. That's it. I believe in it. Third life crisis, yeah. I don't know if I can handle another 2/3 of life. No, Hop, it's exciting. Listen, we have no idea what we're going to see, right? I think just like, I don't know, I'm getting really heady today, but when I think about space or something like that, right? I think about space and I start trying to wrap my head around space and all of that. And there's so much that we don't get. I don't know. It feels maybe like throwing everything out the window. But when I think about the idea that, like, oh, theoretically, like, we don't understand what the end of space looks like. So there is something out there right now that we, you know, science has a consensus on, more or less. I won't say true consensus, right? Because there's, you know, we're probably wrong about a lot of things. But right now, we believe that there is, you know, the universe is out there and it is expanding, but that also means that there is an end to it, right? And so you can even boggle yourself with just the question of like, what's after the universe? Like, what's at the end of that, right? And then when you think about that and you start thinking about like the implications of how big everything is, you're like, oh, we have no idea. Like, everything's off. Like, as far as I'm concerned, maybe the Kamehameha is real, right? Like, we have a belief that we know what's going on, but I don't think we really do. I think it might be hubris to think that we understand everything, but because we don't, maybe we still live in an adventurous time where things haven't been figured out yet, right? Like, I know people tend to doom where they're like, oh, I was born too late to explore, you know, the new world or explore space or something like that. It's like, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we have no idea what's coming and there's going to be way more avenues to explore, and we are still in that exploration phase, almost definitely. That's how I like to think about it. That's how I like to think about it. Third life crisis is in, a third of my life is gone, or this is my third life. Well, it depends on reincarnation. Gonna be a bit miffed if we don't get to see some Eldritch space horror by the end of 2100. Yeah, I want to fight a god. I want to fight a god. That could be pretty cool. That's a one-way ticket to existential dread, but I think it's the opposite, Dante. I think for me, it's a one-way ticket to Chunibyo. That's what it is. It's a one-way ticket to Chunibyo, where it's like, oh, we have no idea what's actually going on out there, so anything could be real. Like, it's literally just bold of us to assume that it's not. So I don't know, maybe DBZ is real in another dimension. It's bold of us to assume it's not. We have no proof. So it's exciting in a way. Space is so cool. People in the 1600s figured out the circumference of the earth within like 2% of what we know it today with basically a pair of binoculars. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. I don't think we're going to see humanity contacting aliens within our lifetime, but I'd be willing to bet we'll find concrete evidence that they exist within our lifetimes. I mean, if we're talking personal beliefs, I think we already have that evidence. I think that evidence already exists, and we'll probably hear about it pretty soon. Like, I very much think that something is going on, and yeah, and there people are probably still hiding it, but it's out there and it's coming. I think so. One-way ticket to Shunibyo. What if God's a giant vegetable you have to eat to defeat? Oh. Well, then it's up to you. It's up to you, chat. I can't do it. I can't go any further. Joke's on you. I'm too stupid for existential dread. Yeah, exactly. Me too. Me too. I don't have the potential for existential dread on that level. Because I'm just going to head ass it. I'm just going to be like, I'll just pierce it. Whatever, man. Literally incomprehensible things, I'll just comprehend them. Or I won't. It doesn't matter. Ancient Egyptians did the same. So true, Lava. So true. Who's to say we aren't talking to an alien right now? Maybe I am, you know? Maybe I'm an alien. Isn't there that impossible object in space that destroys current beliefs of physics? You find a new one of those every day, you know? There's a new one of those every day or two, but you never know for sure if it's a headline or not. I'm not a scientist, so I doubt we'll hear more about it soon. I think it's more than likely the gov knows an answer. I think the government knows an answer, or if not government, what's it called? Private industries probably have a lot of stuff. But I don't know. A lot of people are going on the record these days, and that might be... I have a theory, if we're talking personal theories. A lot of people are going on their records talking about things that they don't understand and incomprehensible flying objects and stuff these days, way more than there used to be. You know, we have documentaries coming out now with current people in power talking about it, and it's like... they might be just trying to get ahead of it. Like, realistically, there is a world where a lot of people are going on the record now because they don't want in the future their careers to be impacted by people being like, why didn't you speak up about it, right? So we could actually, it could happen. Like, the shoe could drop at any point. Hey, what's up, Supa? What's going on? Because I think it is real. I 100% think it is real. Round 2 of storming Area 51. Well, it might not be there. But my favorite was David Grush. Oh, David Grush, he's got an interesting story. He's got a pretty interesting story, but yeah, that's all like UFOs. Oh, hey, what's up? That's all UFO stuff, which is fun to talk about, and probably, I mean, we can talk about it and stuff. I don't mind, but I very much think that we have stuff. I won't be surprised. All I'm going to say is I really won't be surprised if we like we get into like a conflict or something, and then suddenly like the enemy capital is hit by UFOs, and we just go, yeah, that was us. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you know, someone gets hit by a tornado and we're like, yeah, we made that. The secret black budget tech that we have. Let me drink. That's so cool, Soup. Yeah, it makes sense too, because the Egyptians were around for so long. Save it for Voices of the Void. That's fair. Yeah, we should save it for Voices of the Void stream where I can yap about it. One of my favorite things to talk about. I'm super interested in aliens and also scared of them. I want to grow various plants, frolic flower fields, and be buried still on Earth. Yeah, I think I was born to exist and become one with the land. You know, Toph, I don't think I'd be one of the first people out to space to explore. I might go once it's like a little bit better, but I still think the Earth has more to offer. I think the Earth still has some secrets left to offer, and I'm really interested in those too. So, I don't know. Sclimbo's keeping all the secrets, has to regularly stay in the wilderness to hide from the government. Yeah, well, the male VTuber factory is after me. They're trying to reclaim me. That's why I'm moving around so much, you know? A Voice of the Void stream when? Probably sometime soon if 0.9 stable drops, honestly. I've played the game before, but I don't, like, stay updated on it, so things can still scare me. And I'm very, very big coward, actually, so, with horror games. From Dust You Were Born and From Dust You Shall Return. Or I can, I don't know, become, like, Gurren Lagann or something. That could be cool, too. I saw the movie Signs when I was way too young. Gave me a big alien fear. I was afraid of E.T. I did not watch E.T. I was very afraid of it. Commercials were enough to scare me. I was like, I don't know, something about, I'm like deeply afraid of aliens, but also ready to fight them at any time. Hey, what's up, Leo? What's going on? The jiggle fascinates me. Yeah, it's the brickin'. Deep oceans, deep earth haven't been tapped. I'm also like, not to go on another tangent, and this is something we'll definitely talk about more, but I think our history is not even anywhere close to being figured out. I'm gonna make that bold claim too. Because, like, here's the thing, right? I think when I was younger, the assumption for humans, for anatomically modern humans, was somewhere around 180,000 years. I believe. I think that was when I was younger. They said, like, oh yeah, anatomically modern humans emerged about 180,000 years ago. Now, that dates at 300,000, as far as I know. So, like, why do we think we're done figuring that out exactly, right? Like, why do we think... Just because we haven't found more, like, I just think it's weird to assume that, like, since we've continually pushed that date back as we find more evidence, I think it's pretty bold to assume that we're, like, definitely right this time, but definitely this time it's only 300,000, or until it's not. So I don't know, I'd be willing to say we probably don't know a lot about our history either, and I'm excited for that. I want to know more about that too. With the crazy organisms created through evolution just on Earth, it's very possible aliens might even just be incomprehensible. Yeah, or, you know, gave up bodies entirely. Question regarding your lore. Are there some Sclimbos that choose to stay at the factory to raise the next generation instead of evolving themselves? Good question, Soup. You know, I wouldn't say they're Sclimbos anymore, but there definitely are caretakers. There have to be, right? It's not a completely automated factory, so. History is kind of hard to figure out if we don't get more accurate dating methods. Yeah, and also, like, so much is buried, right? Like, it's tough to talk at all about history because if you go back 10,000 years, nothing, or go forward 10,000 years, nothing will be left. Like... You'd be able to see it in the sediment layer, but besides that, like, no structures would be around. Nature would have reclaimed everything. So it's really hard to say what happened. My brother-in-law made the Mountain Dew key lime pie for Thanksgiving yesterday. We were talking about internet recipes. I asked him about making briquette. Yeah, there you go. Hidden history is so cool. Scientists generally don't say it's an absolute. They say it's the oldest marker so far. Yes, but I do think that there is a lot of there's a lot of people who, like, are very stubborn in the belief that what we know now is what we know for sure. And I'm like, I don't know. I think we've been constantly proven wrong over and over and over again. I think it's good to have an open mind and say, we probably don't understand everything yet. Give it some time. Where can we sign up to work at the Sclimbo care facility? I don't know if the conditions are going to be very good though at the Sclimbo facility. It's kind of like a very, you know, it's a focused job. It's like teaching, right? You probably don't get paid too much, but it's a job done out of love, what I'd imagine. Hey, Saria, what's going on? It's going good. We're just talking about UFOs and history. Cool stuff. We're getting a little conspiratorial. Anytime libraries, archives, and burials are destroyed, we lose a little more history. Yeah. If new information makes sense, I'll update my knowledge. All this tells me is the movie Lucy was still way ahead of its time. Do they have dental? Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't think we have to worry about it. We're still young Sclimbos, though, so we don't have to worry about dental so much. Here, they bake you at the brick, and if you're bad, no, they just put you in the blender. You have to go back. You have to go back in. You know, so you have to go back into the blender. History is also very subjective depending on who you ask. Yeah, true. We're talking about pyramids and ancient aliens. We sure kind of are, actually. We're talking around pyramids and ancient aliens. Tommy and Neon, what's up? We're not saying it directly, but we're talking around it right now. They're always finding new stuff like those ancient European farming tools in North America. Back to the soup. New information's cool. Damn, do people take a lot of things at face value? Doesn't make sense, yeah. They melt you down to raw Sclimbomite and forge a new Sclimbo in the Sclim Forge. Yep, I agree. That's generally how it works, yeah. But yeah, there's so many cool mysteries out there, and I just think it's cool to be excited by them, right? I think it's like, it's exciting to look at the world with that perspective, the perspective of like, we probably don't have everything figured out, because that means that there's still adventures to be had. And that means like, ooh, it's good. It's like getting excited for Christmas, right? Where you don't know what presents you're going to have, but it's getting excited for the future. You don't know what presents are going to be there, whether they're good or bad. Maybe it's coal, maybe it's socks, or maybe it's, you know, the new gaming console. But it's like that, where it's like, what are we looking forward to? Oh, hey, vegetables, what's up? Think about human brain is it craves certainty. Yeah. Brain fast, not smart. Yeah. Giants. The giant of Kandahar. The pyramids were made by Egyptian work teams that demanded more beer and time off to drink with the gods. Hey, Sclimbo, have a Sclimbo day. Hey, Vamp, what's up? I am. Hello, Sclimbo in chat. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you did too. I sure did. What would you do if they revived dinosaurs for the end times? I mean, I guess eat dinosaurs, right? Like, that's the right answer. The nice thing about, like, bringing animals back from the dead is now we get to eat them. That's my opinion, right? Like, if we you know, revive the woolly mammoth, revive dinosaurs, well, just now I have a new meat to try. That's my opinion. We drink. Thanks for the hydrate, Remblanc. Mammoth burgers. Exactly. You get to have mammoth burgers and stuff. It's like only good. It's only good. The pyramids were made by Egyptian citizens who paid their taxes with labor. Absolutely. Well, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying the Egyptians didn't work on the pyramids. I am not saying that at all. The Egyptians absolutely worked on the pyramids. I think mammoth and stegos would be slap on a BBQ. Yeah, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I think the Egyptians absolutely worked on the pyramids. Worked on. Was there something there beforehand? You know, I don't know. Maybe they built on something that was already there. Is all I'm saying. I just hear about the scientists that did try eating mammoth. No, what happened? What happened? SG1 was a cover-up for the real SG program. What's up, J Ray? That would be so funny. Now, this is I don't believe this, but I think it's really funny. So, for those who are familiar with Stargate, there is Stargate SG1 is about them finding a Stargate, which is a portal to other dimensions in ancient Egypt. And then they start going all over the world, and the evil aliens fashion themselves after gods called the Gwa'uld, and they like pretend to be gods, right? And that's their whole thing. And it's about the US Air Force being the greatest force for good in the galaxy and like blowing them up with C4. It's a great show. But what's really funny about it is they have an episode called Wormhole Extreme, where to cover up the Stargate program, they make a fake show that is Stargate. And I just think that's really funny. Because it's like, I'm not believing that. I don't believe that's a real thing. But imagine like how off directing that is, and like how yummy that is for conspiracy theorists to be like, oh yeah, in the show we have an episode about the show is real and we made a show to fake it. It's like, wow, all right, that's a funny premise. I watched one episode of Stargate and it involved dinosaurs. I'm trying to remember that one. Harry Houdini and Lovecraft collabed on a story called Under the Pyramids, if you didn't know. Well, I'm pretty sure they had like psychics trying to remote view under the Sphinx's paws back in the day. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on all the time. That's why it's so exciting. I love weird stuff like that. Like, there's just a lot of wacky stuff going on all the time. We have fun with it, but I'm tired of being military, but it's one of the best decisions for growing up as a person. I've heard that, yeah. I almost went into the military, actually. I did train at a military academy for a little bit, but decided not to go. But I did have a venture, a little taste test. But I was like, nah, I do enjoy my freedom a lot, so I decided not to do it. I like doing my own wacky thing. Well, you know, I respect it. Basically, SCP site exists with same preamble. That's Foundation made the site as a distraction, undermining conspiracies. Yeah, that is a fun one. It's just throw fake information out there to, like, you know, get the conspiracy out of the way. When you realize shows you remember airing are shows adults now watch as a kid. Yeah, I mean, I remember Stargate airing. I was young, but I did watch Atlantis as it was coming out for all the episodes. And then I did watch, like, sporadic SG1 when I was younger, but... You have ended up with a military spouse that does MLM. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, she would sell Tupperware. Ancient Egyptians were as old to ancient Rome as ancient Rome is to us. That's so crazy. Yeah, maybe even older. Who knows? Mom, get the camera. The Bricken's live. Hey, what's up, dude? What's going on? Welcome. Miss Jag. There's a lot of... I want to watch X-Files. I've never actually seen the X-Files, but it has that, like, really cool, like, 90s sci-fi aesthetic that I really like. where it's like there's computers around, but they're kind of old and like they're using some technology. It's like a good transitionary sci-fi period. A lot of weird stuff happened. Like I think the 90s was a very interesting time for science fiction, especially in real life too, because that's when a lot of like the programs and weird stuff that happened during like the Cold War and during World War II were kind of declassified. So there's a lot of cool stuff in the 90s that started to be, people started to be aware of. A lot of cool stuff. How was Turkey Day? Great. Oh, thanks for the shirt. I was feeling a little nipply. Thanks for the shirt. Turkey Day was good. Had a lot of yummy food. I don't feel like I ate too much, honestly. I don't feel like I ate too much. I like didn't eat except for the meal, so I don't think I went too far over calories, honestly. I actually built the pyramids last week. I just brainwashed everyone to think they were always here. Fair. Farscape. I only saw a few episodes of Farscape, but it's neat. It's cool too, because like if I remember right, the main two characters of Farscape become main characters in Stargate in later seasons, and that's kind of weird. Like the actors both just come over and start being in the main cast. It's kind of weird. Full-length movie, not bad either. Definitely both are artifacts of the time. Were you able to catch up with the family members? Yeah. How was the SMP playing on Wednesday? So we streamed it on Tuesday, the SMP, but I've been playing all the time on my own. You've probably seen me on other people's POVs if you've been watching. A lot of people have been streaming the SMP. So it's fun. No, we're having a lot of fun with it. And we're only in week 1. I'm pretty sure the week 1 goal of the city being made ends on Saturday. And we're doing a pretty good job. So we'll get into week 2 where we do some more combat, but it's going really well. Yeah. Star Trek, the Prime Directive forbids us from interfering. We cannot share our technology. Stargate, all of your gods are false here. Take these guns. Yeah, no, actually, there's a graphic. Look up like the Virgin Star Trek versus the Chad Stargate, because it's true. Like Stargate is about the U.S. Air Force being the greatest force for good in the galaxy and them arming, like rather than the Prime Directive. Stargate is like, hey, what's up? Yeah, your gods are fake. Have C4 and P90s. And arming people to fight against fake gods. It's insane. It's like, to be fair, it's a glaze. It's a huge glaze. Like the Air Force was super involved in making the show, but it is really funny because it's like, nah, we're just gonna blow stuff up. Let's blow up alien artifacts with C4. It's cool. And I'm like, yeah, that is kind of cool though. That is pretty cool though, actually. Oh, come on. Reminds me of Gate. Yeah, kind of the same idea as Gate, honestly. And we're talking about the anime Gate and the light novel Gate, where there's an isekai portal that opens up in Japan, and the Japanese self-defense force goes through it and just like tools on fantasy creatures the whole time. The American way. You're telling me it's not real when the Air Force was involved? Well, you know, they a lot of shows have Air Force involvement for just making sure they get their facts right, you know? Yeah, there's a lot of that. But yeah, so we had fun. Let me think. Has anything else cool happened in the last couple of days before we talk about fitness stuff and other topics and stuff like that? It'd probably be good to keep going for a little longer on yapping because we are going to hit the hour soon. And then we can kind of swap over after ads to fitness for an hour or so and see how things are going there. So we'll probably keep talking for just a little bit longer. But United Statesians. Helicopter assault on a medieval castle, so hilarious. Yeah, Gate is really funny because it's Japanese self-defense force glazing. So they just like roll in with tanks and completely destroy the fantasy races in the Gate, in like the setting. It's crazy. It's like, wow, why did you? That's a weird show, but all right. Hey, what's up, Neo? Oh, handsome, thank you. I don't have a blush toggle, but thank you. I'm just a little Sclim. All right, but yeah, Gate slaps. They're making a new series, but it doesn't look like it's the OG cast. Oh, are they? Are they making a new one? Oh, also, speaking of Stargate, a new series just got confirmed. It's going to be on Amazon Prime Video, but they are doing a new Stargate series. I'm really excited for it. It's not going to be a reboot either. It's going to be an actual in-universe, like, but not in Stargate universe, in-universe thing. So I'm really excited for that whenever that comes out. Can we get a blush toggle from Evolution? Maybe. That'd probably be a pre-Evolution thing, though. Gate was better than Re-Slime. I will stand and die on that hill. Re-Slime, do you mean like reincarnated as a slime? Yeah, I mean, reincarnated as a slime is kind of... It's like they're both hyper power fantasies. I remember there was only one time where I got really taken out of slime. And that was like... So the premise of some of these shows is that it's just power fantasy, right? Like nobody can even match these main characters. And in Slime, it's very much the case. Like the main character, Rimuru, is like really, really strong, right? I do remember being taken out of it where there was this one time where like he was actually presented with a challenge and like to beat the person, he had to give up one of his powers, like one of his main powers. And it was like, oh my God, actually consequences, right? And then the next episode, he was like, oh, don't worry, I made a backup of the power, so we're fine, actually. And it was like, oh, come on. Like, there were finally consequences. And then, nah, I made a backup, so we're fine, actually. You look like Captain Hook who accidentally wiped his with the wrong hand. Do I? I don't see how that would make me look like this, right? I mean, that would hurt. I'd rip a hole open. It wouldn't be great, but I don't think I'd turn into a Sclim. Yeah, slime is fun. I do like political shows, though. I like the sort of political metagame, but that's also why I like Star Wars prequels so much, because I actually do like the politics of Star Wars. Hags and Hogs, Hags and Hogs. What's up, Divination? Welcome, welcome. Consequences in my isekai? Yeah, never. Couldn't be. I just, you know, it's a weird borderline because there are some isekai where that's the point, right? Or some shows where that's the point. Like, I remember Irregular Magic High School was kind of like, yeah, the point is he's the best ever all the time and it's funny, right? Or like Sakamoto, where it's like the point, it's not an isekai, but the point is he's the best at everything. One Punch Man, right? But Slime is this weird one where like, that's not really the point of the show. But that is what's happening. That is what's happening, absolutely. Hey, what's up, Nova? Finally caught a Sclimbo stream. Welcome back. How you doing today? Welcome, Nova. How you doing? Progression fantasy is one of the favorite genres. It's often power fantasy wish fulfillment slop, but it did birth my favorite novel genre, lit RPG. What is lit RPG? There's zero stakes all the time, hence the question. If the protagonist doesn't care and is never in danger, why should I care? Yeah, no, I kind of feel like that. Like, Slime lost me a little bit when there just stopped being consequences whatsoever, and it just became about, like, look how strong I am. It's like, all right, literary RPG. I mean, wouldn't they all be? What's a literary RPG? Wouldn't they mostly be? Apologies for derailing. No. We're talking about anything. This is a just chatting stream right now, Free. We're just chatting. We're talking about any topics. You listen, you bring up anything you want. I'm sure I'll have opinions on it. I have opinions about stuff and things. Yeah, lit RPG. Yeah, am I right? I still say Slime Rimuru has the best real life ending. The man got his homie to actually toss his PC into the water to destroy the hard drive. Wait, I don't know about this. I'm only watching the anime, so I didn't read the light novel. I have a friend. Hey, Momomo, what's up? As a yummy snack because I enjoy it. Let's see. Something I'd like to see is a modern military fighting a fantasy setting and winning at the start, but then a necromancer uses the bodies to invade the modern military's world. I think Gate kinda does that, but they get pushed back right away. Yeah, just feed me tangents, you know? It's a book for the main characters, levels, and a game system. Oh, yeah, they used to do that with like Log Horizon, right? Well, I mean, like Log Horizon, if I remember right, the guy played a lot of Ultima, I believe, the creator of Log Horizon, and then he like adapted a whole Mario Grandma, thanks for the follow, welcome in. He like adapted a whole RPG system and made one for the setting, but it has actual rules and stuff like that, if I remember right. Have you seen the anime about the muscle guy in magician school fighting wizards? Mashal, right? No, I haven't, but I have friends who watch it. But it's fun. I have one friend who I watch a lot of anime with, but that friend just really likes isekai, so we mostly watch isekai, and I'm like, yeah, so I do watch a lot of isekai here and there. I'm fine with overpowered characters who never lose, at least make it cool to watch. And it is cool to watch. I do think Slime's cool to watch. I just do get taken out sometimes when there's really no consequence. Yeah, it's Ultima, yeah. Doesn't have to be in game world, but that's the idea. Yeah, it's really cool when you like go really far to make a system for your setting. I'm a big fan of that. Literature RPG. Think the whole RPG system being introduced to modern day or getting reincarnated to a world with stats and skills. Some are deck builders, some are roguelite-esque, and more. Ones I would point you to are Primal Hunter or Dungeon Crawler Carl. I've never even heard of these top. Wait, are these like games or light novels? What are these? This is kind of interesting. I haven't seen Eminence in Shadow, no. I think Mob does it really well. Yeah, I guess Mob does have like the 100 rating where he kind of mobs out. He mobs all over the place, you know? Web novels? Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. I feel like web novels are like an endless hole that you can dive into, you know? Seen people talk bad about solo leveling, but it's fun to watch. Yeah, I'm not interested. I bet I'd like solo leveling. I think a lot of that is like, it's like Taco Bell, right? It's like Taco Bell. It's slop, but you like it. It's slop that's good for you, right? Like, not good for you, but like it's enjoyable, right? It's like the Call of Duty campaign of light novels or manga or manhwa, right? Where it's like, this is very self-indulgent, but it's fun. And I think that's good every once in a while, but I'm not there all the time. My Subway. Yeah, it's like Subway or Taco Bell, right? It's definitely power fantasy slop. Absolutely. Where it's like, yeah, it's probably pretty cool. I bet I'd enjoy it. Like, I'm very easy to please. So I tend to just like media. Like, there's not much I don't like. So I probably will be very easy to please and enjoy it. But like, I definitely recognize that I'm like, yeah, this probably isn't the best thing out there. Is it just me or is your belly extra jiggly today? Maybe I'm just being more animated because I'm like, you know, have extra calories in me, and I just had an energy drink from Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Experimental Logs of the Insane Lich was when I first lit RPGs. Big fan of it. Ooh. I think the only thing I read recently was right before I debuted, somebody introduced me to, oh, it was like the personal trainer in a Wuxia World or something like that, where it was like a personal trainer, a gym guy who like got transported to like a you know, China themed like key fantasy world, and like, you know, cultivation and stuff like that, and he used his fitness knowledge and like personal training knowledge to be more optimal. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sick, actually. There was a lot of cultivation involved. It was about cultivation, big cultivation energy. Thanks for the stretch, Dent. Did anyone say you're courting death? No, I don't think so. But it is a cool story idea, because it was like, you know, it was one of the things where, yeah, the manhwa, when he becomes a Shaolin monk, yes. And he was like, well, actually, these Shaolin training techniques aren't optimal for muscle gain. So you want to do something more optimal to protect your joints. And I'm like, yeah, this is cool. That's like right up my specific alley, because it's my job. I don't know if you have Thrones, Sclimbo, but I buy you the first Dungeon Crawler Carl book. It's generally that good. I do have a Throne, yeah. I don't have that on there, and I don't know if I have surprise gifts open, but you could see if I do. I would definitely give it a read, but feel no pressure at all, please, because I can always probably find it online, and I do prefer digital mediums, so I'd probably just look at it online. But yeah, I do have one. It's hard to keep Throne updated with stuff, because I don't like a lot of physical things. So like, a lot of people have like really nice accessories and decorations and stuff on their Throne, and then mine is just like protein and soup and camping supplies. It's like really basic. Like, I put my clothes on there. I put like, if I need new socks, I'm gonna put them on Throne, right? Like, I don't know how to put nice stuff on there yet. Still figuring that out. Oh, and also I did remember, because I talked about it, I did remember to like put the GoPro on there, but then I didn't, because I realized that an old iPhone probably works better than a GoPro for streaming. So I should probably just use an old iPhone instead. So I didn't put it up, but I did remember. Thank you for that. I had this idea for a game where a trucker gets reincarnated into a fantasy world, but the semi-truck also gets isekai. There's what was that game that got shown off where you have like guns in medieval times? It was shown off a few years ago, or a couple of years ago. You have a Kindle? Yeah, I do have a Kindle. It's an old Kindle though. I do want to get a new Kindle, actually, because the Kindle I have, you know, Kindles are really exciting, actually. Yeah, we were talking about it, Flayful. Kindles are really exciting, because I never thought they were that cool until I got one by accident. I was at a yard sale, like a flea market yard sale, and somebody was selling an old Kindle from like 2011 or 2013 for like $1. So I was like, yeah, I'll risk it, right? And then I like didn't realize that the cool part about Kindles is the battery lasts a month. So it's like, oh my God, you could put like wilderness guides on there, and you wouldn't have to charge it for a month. You could go out in the wild and still have access to technology with no internet. It's really cool. But because of that, the Kindle I have is like from 2011 or 2012. So I do, now that I'm using it for reading a lot, want to get a new Kindle for sure. Let me drink though. I'm getting thirsty. Yeah, myself and my mattress, my perfect home. I was really thinking about the idea that we talked about of getting a rotisserie spit in my room, so I could just have like a full rotisserie chicken on the side all the time, but not worry about bacteria. I've been thinking about that. Just saying. I've been having thoughts about that. I am getting a lot of use out of my Kindle, actually, though. I just read Star Wars, though. I just read all the High Republic Star Wars stuff. That's like all I read. I just read Star Wars before bed. My general bedtime routine is like, once 9 p.m. comes around, I log off everything. I usually stretch for like 10 to 15 minutes. I do a little stretch routine. Sometimes I'll shower off again, like second shower of the day, just to kind of like cool down, you know, loosen everything up. And then I'll usually like write in my diary and then read until around 10:15 when I go to bed. But I usually just read Star Wars. You know, it's nothing highbrow. I'm like settling my brain down. So jailbreaking a Kindle's amazing. Yeah. Kingmakers is the game where you drive around a medieval battlefield on a motorbike. Yes. Is that out? I want to play that. I want to play that big time. Star Wars Legend for when Luke isn't turned into an angry old man living off goat milk. Yeah, what they did to Luke is kind of unfair. But like, you know, the tough part is like, I am canon brained, where I'm like, oh, well, since Legends isn't canon anymore, it doesn't matter. I need to know the canon things. So I'm mostly reading the canon stuff now. And there is some good canon stuff. Like, there's a lot of cool audiobooks and books that are coming out now, even in the prequel period, that are canon. So like Dooku Jedi Lost is really good. It's about like Dooku's youth and stuff like that, and how he kind of fell, and what contributed to it. But it is canon, but it's a new book. It's like a newer book. I think it was like 2021 or something. That was really fun. That was really fun. And there is stuff like that. You have the entirety of One Piece and Berserk loaded onto your Kindle? Yeah, okay. So that's one of the big reasons why I want a new Kindle, is because mine is very old and I technically could read manga on it, but I want to be able to read manga on it. I want like a good one where I can read manga on it all the time. What about an ice cream machine, but it dispenses the pink goop they make hot dogs out of? No, that's okay. We could say that for puns. I think puns would want that one, not so much me. Legends books are mostly better, yeah. But there are some good canon stuff that's kind of new. Just like how there's good shows that are new that are technically canon. Like, there's diamonds in the rough, you know? Never forgive them what they did to Rogue Squadron. Well, we have another chance. There's a movie coming out, I think, right? That got confirmed. So we have a chance. We have a chance. There's a shot. I agree with a lot of the points Luke made about the Force, but I was like, this shouldn't be coming from Luke. Yeah, I mean, like, I think Luke in Last Jedi was kind of cool when Yoda was like, it doesn't matter. Like, the Yoda-Luke conversation was pretty cool, in like the whole, like, forget the books, you need to make a new, you know, a new thing. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, Luke kind of just giving up on everything he believed in because his you know, nephew scared him a little bit doesn't make any sense. That's completely, like, irreconcilable, right? Like, the fact that Luke was like, yeah, my evil father who looks like a robot still has redemption in him. That's the whole point, right? My evil father who killed people, probably genocided people, destroyed a whole planet, or was complicit in it at the very least, still has good in him, and he's redeemed. That's fine, but then on the other side, my young nephew who got a little angry once, I gotta kill him in his sleep. Like, no, come on, dude. Zombie Wang, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. And then he died doing Force Ghost, yeah. If you do get a new Kindle, biggest recommendations, maybe one of the Paperwhite ones, because they look good in the sun and have a backlight. I do want a backlight because mine doesn't have one right now, and at first I thought that like defeated the purpose of a Kindle, but I guess it's the ink screen that's the good thing, not the fact that it's like not a light or has a light. Okay, I gotta go to ads. We will be right back, and we're gonna go for 4-minute ads. We're gonna disable our pre-rolls, and then we will be right back to talk about fitness, answer some marshmallows. So I did see some coming in. Feel free to get more in if you want. We'll go into the fitness category for a bit, but I am going to go to ads, BRB, get a little water, get a little bathroom break, get some snacks if you need to, do some workouts, and we will be right back, everybody. BRB. Hey, what's up? Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully the ads weren't too bad for you. Couple things I want to talk about, though, before we swap over, because I saw people mention it. Yeah, 13 Sentinels. Great game. I played that back when it launched, like launch week. 13 Sentinels is a game where I feel like even if you looked up stuff about it, you, like, can't spoil the game. Because it's so complicated. like there's so much going on in the story. And it's so bizarre and just like out there that even if you looked it up, it'd be like, I don't actually know what that means, right? But don't look it up. Don't look it up. It's an incredible game. You should experience it raw and just see what happens. I can't even begin to describe where that game goes. Amazing game. Amazing game. Please play it. Yes, it is not just a visual novel. Like there is a combat aspect to it that is like kind of like a strategy RPG. It's not that bad though. It's not like a big deal. It's also not that difficult. You can make it fairly easy, but you're there for the story. It's an amazing time. Just eat less Subway for a bit. Listen, far from me to deprive you of Subway, Duntham. Far from me to deprive you of Subway. Hey, what's up, Flopsy? I did have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you did as well. Another thing. Oh my God, everybody. You know how this week we only had 3 streams? And like the last 2 weeks we had like 7 streams. And this week we had 3. And then like the Discord event on Sunday. I think that's going to be the only short week for a while. Oh my God. I might have said yes to a lot of things. And I think December looks kind of busy. I took a look at like everything kind of settled, right? Everything kind of settled for like where events are going to be and when events are going to be. And I took a look at it and I was like, oh, for reference, I'm not going to say what because certain things aren't announced yet. Let me see here. Yeah, I kind of next weekend have 3 events in a row. No regrets. I'm very excited. But I kind of have 3 events in a row on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week. And then the week after isn't any better. So we're going to be around. We're going to be around and doing stuff. You'll get plenty of Sclimbo over the December period, let me tell you. Busy Gamba. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so some of them I can talk about actually because I won't talk about what's not announced, but I can talk about what is announced. So let's see here. You might have seen that John Ken Palm is doing the John Ken tournament, and I am in that. I was in the trailer. So we are going to be doing John Ken tournament, and I believe that is December 5th at 9 p.m. But I'm going to be over on his stream for that. I won't be live for that, but that's December 5th at 9 p.m. EST. You might have seen that there was an announcement about a certain role play that just went out. A certain role play server for something that might have just dropped last night. I may or may not be involved with that. And yeah, there's some other stuff coming up that's really exciting. Couple SVA things that are really exciting. Coming up. But yeah, we're going to be real busy. So this is going to be a rare week of only 3 streams, but next week is going to be back to normal. And then after that, probably back to normal for a while. It may or may not be the GTA one. May or may not be Barry's GTA one. Barry and Grimmy's GTA one. We'll see. I am trying to have time to recover though. No, actually tomorrow I'm going to have my first real rest day. So I've definitely taken rest days, don't get me wrong, but I'm still like on Twitter and Discord and checking messages and stuff. But I do have a thing where I want to like here and there when I can, i.e. when I have no events. On Saturdays, I tend to not even go on social media at all. And I just spend all day like doing whatever I want basically. And tomorrow I think is going to be my first one of those. So tomorrow I'm probably just going to schedule some tweets and stuff, but I should ideally not log on to anything. So if people do DM me tomorrow, I might get to it Sunday, not Saturday, but we'll see, because I could very well start playing games and then be like, I want to check Discord, and then do it because I want to. So there might be a little of that going on, but ideally Saturdays are that kind of day. Got a very Sclimbo holiday season. You sure do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put a Santa hat on. The second we hit December 1st, there will be a Sclimbo Santa hat on that's like on all month. I am big on that. Because the thing is, right? Talking about the holidays, I'm a firm believer in Christmas starts on December 1st, and any earlier than that is illegal, is blasphemy. But that being said, that doesn't mean I am anti-Christmas. Far from it. December 1st, the moment I wake up, we rock, okay? December, just because I don't put it up till December 1st, the second I wake up on December 1st, decorations go up, music comes on, drinks come out, outfits go on, like aesthetics change, the color of my backgrounds change, the lights I use in my room change, the exact moment the exact moment December 1st begins. So don't take it for not being a fan of Christmas. I just believe that every season has its time, you know? If you're a fantasy setting, what class would you be? Healer, actually. I like clerics a lot. I want to heal stuff, you know? Illegal? Yeah, it's illegal. It's a little illegal, just a tiny bit, Hey, thanks for the follow, Koakuma. Welcome in. How you doing? Will we get a Santa Sclimbo model? I mean, I don't know what that looks like, but you will get a hat. You will get a hat. In the Philippines, it starts as early as September. You know, I had a few people saying that to me, yeah. And, like, I get it if you don't celebrate other stuff, but, like, I'll accept weekend after Thanksgiving. I'll accept it. I don't do it myself, but, like, anytime post-Thanksgiving to me is acceptable. But, like, here's the thing, right? I believe we've kind of had the seasons discussion before about the calendar and, like, each season having its space and equal space. So I don't believe in giving up on fall until the end of November, right? It's still fall as far as I'm concerned. September, October, November. Because fall's a great season. We all love it. So Christmas kind of starts with winter, right? Like, that's clearly not fall. So I don't want to give up on fall early, but Christmas and winter needs its time too. My mother's the opposite. She wants stuff up the start of November or middle. Yeah, no. Gotta give it time. Do you prefer Santa hat or reindeer antlers? Oh, you know, maybe reindeer antlers. I don't know. But Santa hat's iconic, so I'm probably going to go with that. I think I gotta go with that. But yeah, I just think every season needs its space. I think it's important for every season to, like, have the same amount of time that you can enjoy it. So I like, in my mind, you know, spring, summer, fall, and winter are equidistant. So I don't want to cut it early. Like, just because, you know, Halloween's over doesn't mean fall's over, right? Still harvest. That's still going on in a lot of places. You know, it hasn't snowed yet where I am. So I'm willing to say December 1st is the start of Christmas, which means we're getting there. Only a few days left, everyone. Get excited. Christmas, just a few weeks away. Wow. That information is making me excited. Rudolph nose. Yeah, make my nose red. Like I got a big pimple or something like that. But all right, that should be enough yapping for now. Why don't we go ahead and answer some fitness questions, talk about that for a bit, and then maybe go back to chatting, and then maybe look at the Steam sale, see if we want to pick up anything. Can you believe it? Hey, Eldo, what's up? Welcome. Wow, only a week away. All right, let's go. Fitness time. What's up? We're in the gym. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna get myself in the Sclimbo corner here and see what new questions we have. We'll transfer into fitness and nutrition for a little bit. Oh yeah, we got some questions. Let me take a look here. Nice. Okay, nice. Let me organize myself because I don't have automations for this yet. There's the live Sclimbo reaction. Let's get down there. Zeku, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Let's transfer my form down to the Sclimbo reaction corner. Live Sclimbo reaction. There I am. What's up, everybody? I'm down here now. How's it going? Let's see. I want to make room. There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, now let's get it on screen. Where is Marshmallow? Marshmallow's here, and Marshmallow is... All right, awesome. Let me switch categories. Everyone be nice to the people we're going to meet. We're going to go in health and fitness, so be kind. They might be surprised to see me there, but we're going to go. Fitness and health categories swapped. Let's get it. Okay. Answering questions as usual. At the start of answering questions, just reminding everyone, I'm only licensed to talk about fitness and nutrition on a general level. If you have like a metabolic disorder or an injury or something, please take a specialist's opinion over mine. Or specialist, I won't even say opinion at that point, but yeah. So if you're injured, listen to a physical therapist, not me. And if you're, have a metabolic disorder or something, and especially on the food side or allergies or something like that, listen to a certified dietitian with a degree. 4-year degree rather than me. All right, let's do it. Are there actual gains to be had from muscle ups and salmon ladder, or are they pure aura farming? Good question. Honestly, of course there are. Yes, absolutely. There are definitely gains to be had from those. For people who don't know about those exercises, what muscle ups are you basically go from a chin up and then you throw yourself over the bar and push yourself up over the bar, right? But in that description, you can see why it's a beneficial exercise. Break the muscle up into various parts and you realize that it's a compound movement. Just like a chin-up is, just like a pull-up is, but it just has various parts that add to it. So of course there are gains to be had, because what you are doing effectively is a pull-up and then transitioning into pushing yourself down. So you will work everything that you normally work during a pull-up, also some of those transitionary muscles as you go into that like upright position, and then also pushing yourself down. You get tricep activation, stuff like that, like you were doing a dip almost. So of course, very good exercise, very hard to do, a test of skill, but yeah, you get the benefits of multiple different different exercises because you're doing multiple parts of different exercises. George, welcome in. Bing, bin, bing, kabear. Interesting question. Yeah, I haven't seen all of them. So some of these I'm seeing for the first time because they just came in. Let's see. How bad is eating a bowl of cereal an hour before bed, especially if you do this 4 to 5 times a week? Honestly, here's the thing. There's nothing inherently bad about that if you can sleep. Oblivion Blade, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. This is going to be completely regulated by how you feel, right? There's nothing bad about this if you're not having your sleep interrupted, if you're not like sugar high and then sugar crash right before going to bed or anything like that. If you can sleep through the night and you're getting good rest, then it's not a problem at all. There's literally no problem with that. If it's in your macros, if it's in your calories, totally fine. Now, if there is a problem, yeah, you probably, for a lot of people, don't want to be eating sugar directly before bedtime. That's probably not a great idea. But some people don't like going to bed on an empty stomach. Some people don't like going to bed on a full stomach. So it's personal preference at that point. You will, burn things and recover regardless overnight. The only thing I would say is that slight optimization, if you do have like casein protein, for example, right before going to bed, you might have a little minor better gains than you would otherwise, because casein protein is a little more slower release than like whey. So having that overnight, especially because you're going to be sleeping like 8 hours ideally, might be slightly more beneficial, but we're splitting hairs at that point. But that's something you could do. So yeah, just a point there. But I'll just say, yeah, if you're fine, this cereal's fine. Nothing about it is going to be harmful. There's nothing inherently really about like eating at a certain time that is going to disproportionately affect your weight than what it normally would calorically. So you don't really have to worry about that. If you have reflux, it's not a good idea. That's true. Yeah, if you have reflux, acid reflux, don't do it because that might activate it. But acid reflux also is very case-by-case basis, right? So some people might get the effect from some foods, some may not. I actually thought I had acid reflux for a bit. I didn't. But even now, as I get older, I'm starting to have some stuff. Like my most disturbing creation, I don't feel great when I eat it anymore, which is like hot sauce and pepperoni on Triscuits. But granted, if anything is going to give you like heartburn or acid reflux, it would be pepperoni and hot sauce. So that's like begging for activation at that point. Thanks for the hydrate, old man. What's up? Old man, I remember hearing about a guy who lost weight by not eating after 5 p.m. and cutting out soda from his diet. Yeah, you will lose weight from doing that. Do you want to know why? We drink. Because he didn't have as many calories. That's why. That's the thing. It's the same as like intermittent fasting, right? So people tended to say, without looking at the calorie side of it, they'd be like, oh, intermittent fasting is really good for weight loss because because of some inherent benefit like autophagy or something like that, right? And it's like, no, actually, the reason why is because when people eat 2 meals a day instead of 3 meals a day, they tend to eat less calories. Turns out. Funny how that works. So yeah, if you don't eat after 5 p.m. and you cut out soda, you'll be tending to eat less calories. So that would absolutely lead to weight loss. That also, though, conversely, that does mean that it's a very good weight loss tool. It's a great tool in the toolbox. So I've had a lot of clients, for example, and this isn't the most optimal thing in the world, so I wouldn't like highly recommend it, but there's a lot of people who want to lose weight who don't want to look at calories. They're like, listen, I really don't want to count calories. I really don't want to have to think about it. And that's fine. There's many ways to do that. You don't have to count calories. One way would be something like intermittent fasting. So for example, say you're trying to lose weight. Yeah, cut out breakfast. Cutting out a whole meal of the day absolutely will probably for most people lead to weight loss without you even having to think about it. So it's a really good tool in the toolbox. The only thing I would say is that when you lose a meal, you do tend to lose like energy if you're working out in that period of time, right? So you will probably be lifting fasted if you lift in the morning. That can have a negative impact on your energy levels, which can have a negative impact on your gains. So there are times and ways in which that can impact your performance if you're really worried about performance and muscle gain over everything. But if you're just trying to lose some weight and stay healthy, cutting out a meal of the day is definitely a tool to do that. That works really well so you don't have to count things. Tired of trying to fix food itself, just try deficit, only main meals and water, no snacks at all. We'll see how it will help. Yeah, no snacks is a big one. That's usually a really good one that helps. But a lot of people, like we've talked about before, just cutting out soda is enough. It'll get them pretty far. So get them pretty far. 12-hour fasting's another way. Yep. Water in bed is the best meal. Yum. Since moving on campus, I haven't been drinking as much soda as I used to. It's also been motivating me to drink more water and juice. Yeah. When you eat it, just matters what you're putting in, so you can avoid counting if you're mindful. Exactly. If you're mindful, and like most people do eat really close to their maintenance, and they only need a little help, so that can help. Even using smaller portions and eating cleaner, that's a big one too, right? Less calorically dense foods. So a lot of whole foods, for example, are really good for this. Potatoes, very high on the satiety index, despite being a carb. You know, not many people, like a medium potato is only 110 calories, right? Not a lot of people will eat 2 or 3 medium potatoes and be like, I want more. And that's only like 330 calories if you don't put a lot of stuff on it, right? Maybe a little salt, a little butter. But all to say is there are plenty of ways to keep yourself full without actually eating a ton. Your opinion on creatine? It's great, and I think anyone serious about lifting probably should consider taking it. Creatine has basically it's the opposite of Mahjong. It's beneficial to the human spirit and has tons of upsides with almost no downsides. The opposite of Mahjong. Potatoes are good. The potatoes are really good. Yeah. All right, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, it should be fine. Let's see here. Hey, Sclimbo, I'm a little heavy and got a beer gut / skinny fat, 200 pounds. So for those who don't know, just to clarify this term, because this terminology is something I'm familiar with, but not everyone might be. Skinny fat. What does skinny fat mean? Skinny fat generally refers to people who some body types don't have a lot of muscle on them. They won't retain a lot of muscle. They will have a high fat percentage and be quote unquote unhealthy, but they might not appear to have a distended gut. They might not appear to have a very big belly, but they still are, you know, metabolically, they have a high fat percentage. They just have less muscle percentage and their body, you know, distributes fat in a certain way. So that is a thing. Memphis Couch, hey, what's up? Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. So that is a thing. Just because you are slender or appear small doesn't necessarily mean you are healthy, right? That's a very important thing there. So that is what that's referring to, right? There's no pot belly in this situation, but there is still a lot of excess body fat. I have an office job, so little to no movement during work hours. A healthy weight for me is around 170, but I also want to build muscle. What diet and exercise would you recommend? I have a Planet Fitness membership and shop at Aldi's. What advice can you give to maintain the ideal weight? Well, you're setting yourself up for success here because you have a Planet Fitness membership and you shop at Aldi's, so that's good, right? Aldi's is one of the cheapest places to buy bulk food, including bulk protein. Great place to be. You can get some pretty cheap brick in there is all I'm saying. So you can get cheap meat at Aldi's, absolutely. Planet Fitness, you know, not the best gym in the world, but if you know how to do things and you know what you're doing, you can take advantage of a cheapness there and absolutely get a ton of great gains at Planet Fitness. It's still a good place. Like, it has a lot of weights, has a lot of equipment. If you know what you're doing, you don't get tricked by just going on the cardio machines for 30 minutes. You can do a lot of muscle building there. Docent, welcome and thanks for the follow. Let's see. So, office job. First thing I would recommend, see if you can get a standing desk at your office job. That's just a generally good, healthy thing in general, not necessarily muscle building related, but just we don't want to be sitting for 8 hours a day in general. That's kind of bad for us. And trying to move away from that's good. So see if you can get like a hybrid desk, or recommend like as an accommodation, ask for like a standing desk or a sit-stand desk, just so you can stand a little bit during the day at work. That can be very helpful. In terms of other stuff, if you've never been to the gym before and you're a beginner, you have access to a Planet Fitness. I would go in and try and do a full body routine, start at like 2 or 3 times a week. So you'd want to hit, you know, compound movements primarily. Problem being is that Planet Fitness does not have free weight barbell exercises, but that's okay. They still have a Smith machine that you can take advantage of. So you can do Smith machine bench press. It's a little hard to do the squat in the Smith machine at Planet Fitness because the machines aren't tiered or angled in a really good way for it. So it can get a little awkward. I tend to not want people to learn how to squat on a Smith machine. You can deadlift on a Smith machine, but they do also have free weights in the form of dumbbells. So you can always do... Wait, what? You cast subtrain? What do you mean? But Sclimbo, my chair is so comfy. Hey, Red Claw, what's up? I know the chair is very comfy. How you doing today? I know the chair is very comfy. Listen, it's comfy for me too. But what I tend to do is like, I avoid sitting down in the first place until I'm ready. So one thing that helps me a lot, it's the same principle as like not going home until you go to the gym, is when I wake up in the morning, I don't turn on my PC until I'm done with my workouts. So like this morning, for example, great example of a very well executed day. I woke up. It was 6 a.m., pretty much right on the dot. I spent about 7 minutes checking my notifications on my phone. I don't have my Sclimbo stuff on my phone, so it's mostly just like, you know, real life notifications. And then I immediately dressed and went outside. And I didn't sit down. I didn't go on the computer. I waited until I was back. So same concept is like, you want to kind of just condition yourself to not start, because it's really hard to drag yourself away from the seat once you get there, right? Like once you're sitting down and that PC is on, you ain't working out. that's generally how it works for most people. So it's generally a good idea to you don't have to do it like right in the morning, but say you're coming home from work, right? Don't sit down. Go right to the gym. Ideally before you get home. But if you have to go home and then work out, don't sit down. Don't sit down. Work out first. then turn on the computer. That is a trap, big time. But isn't it more of a hack squat than a regular squat? Not really even. I guess you could say, like, in terms of form, it's more of a hack squat. I've just seen it very often that because, see, the thing is, there's a slight angle to a squat, right? But the Smith machines at Planet Fitness are on a straight line up and down. So it tends to make it so that people, I basically, the way to describe it is that if people who are squatting on a Smith machine, the way that the Smith machine would have you squat, if they were to be given a barbell, they would fall over. Like their weight is not distributed properly. Not to say you can't do some cool stuff with the Smith machine and squatting at Planet Fitness, just not something I'd recommend for a beginner. I'd rather have them learn a squat elsewhere. But luckily, Planet Fitness does have free weights. They do have dumbbells. And they do have some bars that only, I think they go up to like 45 or 50. They're small bars, but you can work with that as a beginner. So what I would recommend is do like an incline bench press, for example, for your chest muscles, right? Do an incline bench. You can do some like goblet squatting or something like that, or use one of the machines for squatting, like a hack squat that they have there, or a leg press. Just make sure you go really deep if you're going to do that, especially leg press. I kind of want to see legs to chest at that point. And then you can do, you know, RDLs with the dumbbells. You can do tons of stuff. They should have assisted pull-up machine, or some variant of it like a pull down. Just generally you want to work those like 4 big ones, right? Think like pull up, row, bench press, squat, and a deadlift is more or less your starting full body routine. I think it's a good way to build a basis of strength 2 to 3 times a week. That's all you got to be there for 45 minutes to an hour. It's easy, and then you're out. So that would be my recommendation for a beginning one. Now remember, if you're trying to go down in weight, if you're trying to drop about 30 pounds, diet's going to be the most important part. So yeah, exercises are great for building muscle, but diet, focus on high volume foods, eat 3 or 4 times a day, get your protein. Those are the big ones. Any more specific questions? I got you. Just put them in. I feel like you would love a standing desk. They're really good. Hey, what's up, Smitten? What's up? Welcome in. Sorry, I was yapping. I didn't get to say hello to you. How are you doing today, Seraph? Smitten Seraph, what's up? Let's see. I wouldn't want to do hours of paperwork standing up. You get used to it, and it is really good for you. It is really good for you. You don't want to stand up the whole time. You don't want to stand up for like 8 hours straight, because that can actually cause like, hey, you're a little stiff for standing for too long. But like, get a good standing pad, and, you know, sit and stand and transition is much better than being sedentary for 8 hours. I hear 10, 11 bodyweight squats every 40 minutes during sitting sessions can counter. They sure can. And that would be good, but like very rarely will people keep to that. Very rarely will people keep to that. So it's good to just build it in with stand. You know? Wait, high volume foods? Yeah, like things that have a lot of volume but don't have a lot of calories. So this is when you bring in hacks like, you know, non-caloric sweeteners. This is when you bring in hacks like cabbage, you know, fluffing things up with cabbage, fluffing things up with cauliflower rice, things like that. Egg whites really add volume to stuff. What's up, Fire Rescue? What's up? I forgot to put in tomorrow. I'll do it next time. You can put them in now. Please put them in as we go. If you have something, put it in. We are in the fitness talk right now. We don't have that many questions yet. So if you got questions, you throw them in there. Go right ahead, please. But hopefully that helps. And if you do have any specific questions, absolutely, I can help you. As for all of these, like I said, that's a really good place to shop price-wise. I believe it might be the cheapest. Joe Man Joe, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. I think it might be the cheapest. I remember seeing a price breakdown a few years ago of like every major grocery store in the US. And it was like, okay, Walmart, like the same grocery list, buy it at Walmart, Aldi's, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and a few other places. And Whole Foods was the most expensive. Walmart was really low, but I think Aldi's was even lower than Walmart, if I remember correctly. I think it is the cheapest place to shop for groceries in the US at least. So yeah, if I remember correctly, I think you can get even like the thing I use for Brickin', I think is like $3.20 rather than $3.72 at Walmart. So it's great. You can get like a pound of ground chicken for like $3.20. It's a good place to shop. So you're in the right place. I posted it in fitness, but I'm wrecking right now. Typing in chat's hard with the sandbag. I will try. You can put it in chat too if you want, Toff. You can absolutely put it in chat too. The reason we have the marshmallow is just if people want to be anonymous, but you can absolutely ask questions in chat if you don't care. So Liddy and Aldi's are fairly matched in the UK. Aren't they this? Are they like the same company? I don't think we have Liddy, but it is Liddy all the time. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. We gotta sneeze. Uh-oh. Fake sneeze coming. Bless me. That one just went. Hey, Velvet, welcome in. What's up? Oh, they're both German. Okay. Bless you. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Next question. Hey, Sclimbo, especially your Thursday streams are especially fun. Thank you. I'm glad I could help. That being said, I have a question. If my calorie intake varies day to day, some days over, some days under my maintenance, but the weekly average is slightly below maintenance, is that still effective for weight loss? Yes. Definitively, yes, there's really no nuance there. How do these fluctuations affect my weight metabolism or overall efficiency? Okay, so there are some things that we can get into there that are a little more nuanced. Hey, Cactus, thank you for the sub. Thanks for the gifted to not to broccoli. No, I don't want any. I don't want any. No, don't do it. But thank you for the sub. You got 35% off on that sub to broccoli because we're in that. I think till December 1st, it's 35% off gift sub. So congratulations on your cheap broccoli sub. Thank you though. Thank you so much. Also, I went to Aldi's and brought a liter of milk for $2.99. Ooh, yeah. I guess that's a Tosca for the sneeze, the fake sneeze. How you doing, Lance? All right. So there's some nuance here. So just to clarify concerns, really good question. I have a lot to say, especially in the second half. So weekly average of calories is what matters the most. You can absolutely have days that are higher and days that are lower with no overall impact long-term on your weight loss, okay? Long-term being the definitive question there. So good example. If you were to cut calories from the weekday to save for the weekend because you know you're going out with friends, but overall, the loss is still the same week to week. Great. Long term, you'll lose the same amount of weight. However, if you were to measure your weight on Saturday, it might be higher because you just came off eating a lot more food. So it's harder to measure week to week because there are going to be fluctuations will be much more pronounced if you're not eating the same amount every day, but you will lose the same amount of weight overall. It'll just be a little more difficult to track. That's really the only thing you have to worry about there. And that is a really cool tool. So here's the question. How do these fluctuations affect my weight, metabolism, or overall efficiency? Here's where things get cool because there are some things you can do. So what do we know about weightlifting, right? Requires carbohydrates to maximize energy, right? You have to have glycogen in the muscles, so on and so forth, right? So you can do a really cool thing where despite calories being the same weekly, you could, if you're really optimizing, put your carb heavy days, higher calorie carb loaded days right before your workout sessions, theoretically have better workouts. So there is some optimization you can do there. And this is something I do actually. It's called caloric cycling or carb cycling. So you can raise and lower depending on what day you're working out to have a little more efficiency eked out. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it, but it is a cool thing you can do. And professionals do that. The people preparing for competition absolutely do that. Bodybuilders absolutely do that. That's a cool thing you can do. Carb timing. Yeah, is another way you can do it. I'm late. Bed was too comfy. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Janan? No worries. No worries. I haven't been to Aldi's a whole lot. One time I got salmon from there and it's pretty good. Man, I yearn for salmon. I yearn too. I'm a big yearner, big salmon yearner. But yeah, so there is a caloric cycling thing you can do here. I do this a lot with my clients actually, because I'm trying to be realistic with my clients. And a lot of them are like, hey, I go out on the weekends with my friends. That's great. So what I'll do is say I want to create a 500 calorie deficit. I might take 700 calories away during the weekdays so that they can have an extra 1,000 per day or something like that during the weekends, right? So I usually will tier for meal plans for clients if they want it to have more calories on Saturday that are taken from other days so that they can go out and party more. So that's absolutely something I do employ, and you can use this to affect efficiency in a small way, yes, because if you carb load before a workout, absolutely. Now, one other thing about that is metabolism. So inevitably, as you lose weight, you are doing less work with your body living day to day because you're carrying around less weight. Because if you keep increasing your steps and the level of exercise you're doing, then you can stay at level. That's not a problem. Maddie, thanks for the follow. Welcome. But, all of that activity that comes from non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, so just walking around, carrying a certain weight as you go about your day, doing your groceries, yeah, your metabolism will lower because you weigh less. Obviously, if you gain more muscle, that might be offset by the muscle gain because that's more metabolically active. But there are definitely scenarios where, especially if you're very overweight, the deeper you get into a cut, you will actually lower your metabolism overall. That's not to say that your metabolism is depressed, but you're carrying around less weight, right? Now, that, yeah, can affect metabolism. But what you can do, and this is generally recommended as well, and this is less a metabolism thing, more just like a healthy way to lose weight, is once you lose a good amount of weight, so say you lose 20 pounds, you've been dieting for, 2 months or something like that, you lost 20 pounds, take a break. go back up to maintenance, find out where your new maintenance is, and cruise at that for a while. Because while it might not be a metabolic thing, it definitely is a satiety and hunger signaling thing. Your body likes to be at, not rest, what's the word for it? My vocabulary is escaping me right now, right? Homeostasis, right? Your body likes homeostasis. So when you lose a lot of weight really fast, your body's going to try to get you back to that weight. That's one of the hardest parts of weight loss, and one of the reasons why people who lose it really fast gain it back really fast, sometimes even more. There's a big rebound because your body wants to stay at homeostasis. So by taking a break in your diet and by going to maintenance for a while, you're kind of letting your body acclimate before you go down even further and showing it that there's a new homeostasis. So that is one thing I would recommend in terms of, like, you know, rubber banding calories is every few months, if you're cutting and you've lost a lot of weight, take a break for like 3 weeks, go to maintenance, just chill out for a little bit, then go back on your cut. It helps you acclimate better. Would be my recommendation. I do yearn for sushi though. Whoever said that, it's been a long time since I had sushi. And what's the best time? Like the meal right before working out? So if you're talking within the day, Poemi, yeah, the meal before working out being more carb loaded or having carbs at all can absolutely help. But generally, if we're talking like carb loading for performance or even for like size and definition, sometimes it's the day before. So sometimes, like if I was going to do a heavy day on Monday, I might actually carb load on Sunday night for the Monday session. So that's one way you can do it too. I was wondering if you had any suggestions for beginner equipment for someone who wants to go heavier with leg lifts, or if I even should. I have joint and bone issues, make my leg lifts to be risky. If I'm not careful about the rate of my increase, you squat 325, my decline leg press PR is a little over double that. My goal is to enter the 1,000 pound club with mostly just lower body lifts. That's really cool. That's a really sick goal. Yeah, no, you're good. Like as long as you don't have any disorders or anything like that, and nothing hurts, you can still go up in weight. Just as you said, be very careful about it. Let's see, beginner equipment. I mean, honestly, I would say you're not even a beginner. If you're squatting 325 and you're decline leg pressing way more than that, that is very much intermediate level, unless you're starting off from a very, very large place. So you probably don't even want to look at like anything beginner there. You're a little into lifting, I would say. That being the case, equipment wise, it kind of sounds like you have everything you need. As long as you have enough weight to squat and you have, you know, all of your machines at a gym you go to or at home, you're pretty much good. I don't know if there's anything really particular I'd recommend. Maybe like knee sleeves and a lifting belt could help just to protect you a little bit more. So that could be good. But other than that, I think you're good on equipment. You can kind of keep rocking with what you got. You don't need to buy anything else. It sounds like you're pretty optimized, honestly. Yeah, it's way into intermediate, but it does depend, right? Because for somebody who is starting off at a very, very high weight, that might not be intermediate. If their body weight is like at that or above, right? Losing weight really fast makes your body think something's wrong. Yeah, but also your body just really wants to return to that weight because it's used to it. Are there any particular snacks that you have if you're really hungry between meals, or do you just hold off? Any snacks you'd recommend? Yeah, Poemi. So yeah, hunger between meals is a big one. I would say there are things like Jello. Jello is a big one, right? Low calorie Jello. You can have a whole bowl of it for like 20 calories. Zero sugar drinks, like zero. I almost said 0 calorie, but yeah, 0 calorie sweeteners in sodas and stuff like that. So you have diet sodas. Those are also a really good one for in between when you're hungry. Like I said, Jello. Bars, like the little bars of like not ice cream but like fruit bars, like Outshine bars. Even Rocket Pops only have 40 calories in them. Like there's a lot of like ice cream bars and things like that. Even low calorie ice cream like Halo Top, you know, maybe like a cup of it's 100 calories, things like that, where there's especially sweet stuff that doesn't have a lot of calories is a big one for me. Popcorn is also really good, one of my favorite snacks, because like a whole bowl of popcorn is only like 200 calories if you don't put butter on it. So those are just a few. That's my body weight plus 50% and then triple my body weight right now. I fluctuate between 207 and 212. Yeah, I'd say you're in intermediate. Probably just skill level wise. So I wouldn't worry about beginner equipment. You kind of have everything you need, it sounds like. Just maybe consider like a lifting belt or some sleeves or something in knee wraps. Might be something to start, especially if you're worried about your joints. Start looking into those. Never looked at lift belts. I use the ones at the gym, but I've been told they're risky due to overuse. They're not super risky. You just don't want them. They should like not enhance your form. They should reassure your form, but not be relied on. So you shouldn't be like losing your form and pushing against them and just letting them do all the work, right? You still got to have a tight core and get that form right and stuff, but they are just beneficial to keep you a little safer. But you are still working your core because you're pushing against the belt. So you're good to use them. Everybody kind of does past a certain point of weight, and I would say above 300 pounds is very reasonable to do that. So I'm not too worried. I don't think you're going to really worry about overuse there unless you're just having fun with it and have a terrible form and let it make up for it, you know? Found a protein and ice cream where an entire pint's 360 calories, 30 grams of protein. Doc, is that Halo Top? Is that Nix? Or is that, what's the new one? There's like a protein, I forget what it's called, but it's just protein ice cream basically, but it's the same idea. Which one of it is that? Which one of those is that, Doc? The ones in my on-base gym are older than me. Hey, if they work, they work, though. If they work, they work. Sometimes the old one's the one you can trust, right? Let's see here. Let me give a refresh and get some more questions. But I am interested to know because it's one of those. It's for sure one of those. Hey, Liz, what's up? Course is still going on. We're only an hour and 40 minutes in. Course is still going on. Let's see. You ever hear about any cases of someone having an injury from lifting, recover from it, and then start to feel it again when lifting? Absolutely, Ryuta. Absolutely. That is pretty common, actually, for people who jump back into it a little too early or a little too fast. So if you have an injury, you always want to work out in a range that doesn't hurt and with a weight that doesn't hurt. You can't go right back to what you were doing. You might have to build back up safely, right? And you also might have to take a little time off depending on the injury. But yeah, very common for people who, honestly, one of the biggest reasons people hurt themselves. Hey, Grampy, thanks for the follow. Welcome. One of the biggest ways people hurt themselves are people who are intermediate to advanced at lifting, who took a break, whether it be for injury or just because they got busy, and then try to go right back to what they were doing. That is one of the biggest causes of injury, outside of people like really messing themselves up the first few times, is people who jump back into it too fast. And that's usually an example of what happens. Can't remember the name, but it wasn't Halo Top. Found it at Kroger. Yeah, it could have been Nix, or it could have been the new protein. I forget what it's called, protein ice cream brand, but they have the same macros. They have the same macros. Halo Top also is like 360 per pint for about 30 grams of protein. A lot of fiber too. Good stuff. It's great stuff. Great if you have a sweet tooth. Got injured somehow, had to spend most of a year rebuilding. It's still not 100. Yeah, but you're doing a lot better than if you had stayed completely sedentary, right? So you're still doing a good job. We have our whole life, you know? It sucks when we get injured. It's really bad. We just can't rush to recovery. We have to let it take its time, and we have to work in safe ranges. Because realistically, yeah, it's been about a year, but you know, 5 years from now, you'll never think about it ever again if you stick with it and if you do things safely and smartly. So, you know, in long term, a year doesn't matter that much. So it's good that you've taken your time recovering, and I implore you to keep doing that, Liz. Guess I should stay lower weights for now. Yeah, take your time. I'm always an advocate of take your time. We got all the time in the world. The games are going to run away from us, especially nowadays. We know more and more, we've studied the fact that how much exercise it takes to maintain a physique that you already have is way lower than what it takes to build it, right? We've seen studies of people holding on to their even peak, people who are, you know, athletes or working out constantly, holding on to their entire physique, only doing like 3 or 4 sets of something a week. That are difficult, don't get me wrong, but like, don't need that much to maintain what we already have. So don't worry too much. You'll get back there. Just please take your time and do it safe. You know? I've had that happen to me. You know, I feel you. What are your go-to brands for fitness equipment, if any? You know, I'm actually not too hardcore on like what type of equipment I use, because for me, it's like metal's metal, and that's not true, obviously, but like metal is metal, right? A power cage, as long as it holds the weight. That being said, there are some higher quality things, and there are things you should look out for. So definitely every time you buy a bar, make sure that it's rated for a certain weight and you know what that weight is. A lot of beginner bars, especially the ones you buy at like Dick's Sporting Goods, are only rated to 300 pounds. If you put more than 300 pounds on them, they will bend. So just be aware of that, because you might want to get a higher quality bar. For even just $20 more will get you a 1,000-pound bar, right? So be aware of that. I do tend to also I like Versa Grips. That's a really good company and brand for like grip for various exercises. They're just little grips that you use to grip onto stuff. Versa Grips are really, really good. Some of the best stuff out there. So highly recommend those. But as for fitness equipment and machines, the tough thing is like, it's kind of person dependent. If you've gone into enough gyms, if you've been to like more than one gym, you might notice something. And this is a really weird topic that a lot of people haven't thought about. Spelling, I think it's just Versa, like Versa Grip, like that, I think. But it could be spelled something else. I think it's like that. But this might be something you haven't thought of. But just because a machine exists doesn't mean it's good at working out that muscle for you. And what I mean by that is like, especially at Planet Fitness. I forget what brand Planet Fitness uses. There are some machines in there that just straight up don't make sense. Like, it feels like when you're in them, they weren't designed for a human being. Like, nobody ever tested it. And that can happen. Like, people definitely have preferences, because remember, people have different, you know, muscle inserts, sizes. They have different hip socket depth. They have so many things about them that are unique, that some machines might just not feel good versus other machines that do. Brand to brand, they're not all made the same. And some really feel like they weren't ever tested by humans at all. Like, I remember overhead press machines at Planet Fitness and just being absolutely baffled by them, because the Planet Fitness overhead press machines were really just incline bench machines. Like, they did not go at all straight up. They were like basically bench level. Like, you'd go up at like an angle, like a 45-degree angle. And I was like, this isn't an overhead press. This is a incline chest press. This is very different, right? And it just wasn't built for that. So yeah, absolutely. Play around. Don't be tied into one type of brand, because there are very different feelings and leverages between all the different machines, and some of them just suck straight up, and you might want to use something else. So like, I don't use half the machines at Planet Fitness because I just think they are wrong. They're not built right for me. As long as they aren't hex-shaped plates, I'm good. Hey, Jop, what's up? Designed by and for the aliens from Planet Fitness. Yeah, maybe. Or they just made it and didn't ever put a human in it, you know? That's very possible too. All right, let's see here. We got a few more. Yes, we're racking them up. Let's go. As a teacher, I'm so tired when I get off work. I'm up walking around all day, and I try to get at least the 10,000 steps in while I'm at work. What are some lower commitment at-home exercises that won't wreck me after a long day? Yeah, so one of the nice things about a teaching job is you absolutely do get all your workouts in, your exercise in, your steps at least, I should say. Hey, whoa, thanks for the gifted subs. Oh my God, how many was that? Thank you so much. Ursu, 5, let's go. That's to Sage, Goran, Thorax, Ricky, and Drona. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, Ursu. Big love, thank you. Now I can afford Brickin for another week. Thank you so much. And it helps get people not having ads and stuff. Convinced half those machines just to make the place look fancier. Maybe. Hey, Minty, what's up? Happy Self-Sclimprovement Day. Happy Self-Sclimprovement Day. On a Friday rather than a Thursday this time. That will not be a normal thing. This is only because Thanksgiving was yesterday. If a holiday is on a Thursday, that's the only time the fitness stream will move. Otherwise, I'm pretty strict. Like, I won't cancel anything for anything, generally. So, like, I just really want to hammer the idea in people's minds. If it's Monday, it's going to be Pokemon. If it's Thursday, it's going to be fitness and just chatting. Like, you can rest assured on it 99% of the time. I'm not going to be moving around that much. Let me drink. Just so happened it was Thanksgiving 3 weeks after I debuted, so oops, but yeah. 20-pound weighted vest you can wear under your clothes at work was my high school weightlifting teacher's biggest hill to die on for his fellow teachers, and I can't say he was wrong, given teachers who listened to him generally ended up in better shape. Yeah, a weighted vest can work. I don't think it's the best thing. Vest is kind of fine, but like the whole like wearing weighted clothing stuff isn't great for your joints sometimes. Like, there's not a lot of great long-term evidence on it. It definitely adds more weight to you, so you are doing more work and stuff. But like, if you're already getting 10,000 steps through your teaching job, that's fine for steps. But to answer the question, what's low commitment at home exercises that won't wreck me? Unfortunately, you do, if you want like a lot of muscle and you do like want to gain a lot of strength and stuff, you do have to do hard things. That being said, they don't have to be super high commitment. So what I'd recommend for you, this, if you can find space for it, is 100% a home gym scenario, right? Like, I would say, yeah, try and go to a gym on your way home from school. That's tough sometimes. I understand. I used to work in education. I used to be a teacher. School can be really draining. You can spread it out. So one thing that I like doing, and I actually did this morning, is you're getting a lot of steps in and stuff. You're not really doing anything upper body. Grab some adjustable dumbbells and a bench. And what you can do is, like, throughout the evening when you're home, just do sets here and there. So one thing I do is, like, this only takes 20 minutes and it's very low commitment, 15 or 20 minutes. When I come home from some of my walks in the morning, sometimes I'll just hit like 2 exercises, right? So I'll do 3 sets of each, total of 6 sets, 2 exercises close to failure, and then I'll walk inside. It's not a lot of time. It's only 15-20 minutes. So I'm not mentally like, oh, I'm going to be here in the gym for an hour and I'm tired. Literally walk in, do like this morning, right? I came back from a long walk of about like an hour and a half. And I literally just did like incline close grip bench press. And I did some pull-ups, did 3 sets of each, about 7 to 10 reps each, close to failure. And then I went inside. And it was like, that's what I did, right? And I'll do more later, absolutely, but got that out of the way. So you can split things up. You can split things up, would be my recommendation. But you probably want to look at a home setup, get some dumbbells, get an adjustable bench, and do it all in the comfort of your home. Also, no one says you can't work out on the weekends when you're not at school or before school, right? I know it's early, but I was talking to somebody yesterday, actually, who wakes up at like 4:30 because they're so busy. And they're like, hey, listen, 4:30 to 6:30 a.m. is the me time because I'm going to school, I'm working at school, working in education, stuff like that. So you can always go to bed earlier and sneak it in the early morning, right? And get used to that. It's hard to adjust to, but you can adjust to it. And then you do it before you go to school. You still have energy. That's what I like, working out in the morning, because then I'm like, all right, the rest of my day, I don't have to worry so much. The hard stuff's done. Because generally, for most people, a workout's going to be the hardest thing that you do in a day, right? So in my case, you know, let me talk about like my daily schedule this morning, right? So I woke up at 6. And first thing I did was went for a long walk. It was 20 degrees out. It was really cold. But I bundled up right away, got out there, went for a nice walk, right? Now, I get back, and before going inside, I wasn't going to turn on the computer or anything like that. Oh, hey, let me get my hat in the frame. I immediately did that little mini workout for like 20 minutes in my garage because I was still, or in my garage gym, because I was still dressed. So I was like, you know, it's just outside, so it's not cold. I don't have to like heat it up or anything. So I just got that workout out of the way before I went inside. Then I went inside, I had some soup, some protein soup, you know, showered up, started checking my messages, but the hard stuff is done. All that's done for the rest of my day is I have to stream, I have to talk to you guys here right now, which I love doing, and then I have to train some clients later, but all the hard stuff's done. So there is a good argument to doing the hard workouts before work, if you can. Gaslight master, yeah, you gotta gaslight yourself all the time. All the time. But yeah, thank you for the gift sub so much. As a teacher too, how much lore do you have? Well, you know, in the Sclim factory, I had a lot of different Sclim careers. I might have been a teacher at a Sclim elementary school and also run Sclim camps, and might have also been a Sclim after school director at one point. So you know, when you get up there, in the 31 Sclim years, and you jump around careers a lot, there's a lot of different things, a lot of different hats you might have worn. Speaking of hats, here's one right now. I've seen some headlines that the weekend warrior routine, no exercise Monday to Friday, strenuous, are nearly as effective as consistency. What's your take? I mean, you should get exercise every day, but it doesn't have to be crazy. I would say that going crazy on Saturday would also impact going crazy on Sunday, because even if you rested the whole week, you're still gonna be tired from Saturday. So I would space it out a little bit more, but you can absolutely do a lot on the weekend and be like, fine, you know? Like when we talk about fitness, we have to understand we're talking about various levels. Some people are just talking about like, hey, I just want to be healthy. Some people are talking about, I want to optimize my muscle building. So there's room for everyone. And if you just want to be healthy, honestly, the 10K steps at work as a teacher every day are going to be plenty if you're eating right. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's great for heart health. Hey, Renzu, thank you for the 2 gift subs too. Matthias and Mbakutam. Or wait, Mbatukam, other way around. Hey, 10 sub. We got the new sub goal. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Big love. Big love. 14 what? 14 what? What's up, Art York? I don't know what we're saying 14 to. Let's see. You definitely need stamina to teach youngins. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Did you start working at 12? God, no. I just like, here's the thing. Think about it this way, right? If you become an adult at 18 Sclim years old, and you're 31 Sclim years old, and you might have jumped career every 2 to 3 years, you can do the math on how many different careers you might have had. So there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Hey, what's up, Johan? What's up? How's it going? That's one way to get into the what's hit my fellow kids trend. Yeah. 4 careers. Meanwhile, I turned 26 in 2 months and still doing a master's. Yeah. It's just because I don't like doing one thing. I jump around. I jump around a lot. I've always kind of done like content stuff for quite a while in the background here and there. But like, yeah, I jump around. I don't like, here's the thing. I want to get to the end of my life and say that I did everything that I wanted to do. Like, nothing stops you from restarting careers. Like, if you don't care about money, because obviously if you care about money and you have kids and stuff like that, you have to consider long term. You have to say like, okay, where's my earning potential at, and so on and so forth. But I'm not someone who really cares about that. I just want to have a good time, and I want to live an interesting life. So for me, it's like, hey, nothing says I can't just like swap careers every 2 to 3 years, you know, and try something new. I want to get to the end of my life and on my deathbed be like, yep, I did everything I wanted. I tried everything I wanted. I had I wore the hat of a teacher and did this and this and this and this, just said I did everything, right? And then I can be happy. So that's how I like to think about it. Jump up, get down. I did after school stuff too. It was fun getting to host Pokemon tournaments. Yeah, I did that too. I taught them the TCG and did tournaments with them. It was fun. I want to get to the end of my life. No. Not like that. Just like when I do, I want to be like, yeah, I did everything. I did everything I wanted. I'm satisfied. That's why you're trying out the streaming thing. Honestly, I think streaming might be something that I stick with forever because I've done it quite a while. You know, in the Sclim factory, they had us training for a long time and in various different Sclim classes in the factory, right? So it's like, yep, I've been streaming for a while. Ain't the first rodeo, ain't the second rodeo or the third. So yeah, I just enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. But, you know, not to say that I won't do a ton of other things in the future, but I think this will be something that sticks with me at least for quite a while. So, hey, Sclimbo, we got the Sclimbo here. I got this from a lot of people, the Sclimbo. Let me stretch. Been trying to drop weight for years. Started out around 220 plus down to 197. I work from home, probably living quite a sedentary lifestyle. I'm in intermittent fasting, which really means I just eat one meal a day around 6-7, probably not the highest quality. Is eating at this time working against me? I'm usually in bed around midnight. Got some injuries that make the gym difficult. What else could I be doing? Let's see. All right, let's talk. Couple things. It is fine to do one meal a day. Probably not the most recommended thing, but it's not going to kill you. It's really hard to get all your nutrition in one meal a day, right? Because think about it this way. If, like we've talked about before, for a lot of people, especially, so your weight, we'll use your weight as an example, right? One bricken alone, a whole bricken, a whole pound of ground chicken is not enough protein for you. So unless you're eating like a pound and a half of meat in that meal, that one meal, and then a bunch of other things, you probably are not nutritionally satisfied, right? Really hard to get all the nutrition you need in one meal, because then you'd have to get the fiber, you'd have to get something to the order of 1.5 brickens, you'd have to get all your micronutrients, all your macronutrients in that one meal. Really hard to do. So I would recommend try to make it 2 or 3 if you could. It's not impossible, but you're gonna have to think, like, the best way you could do this, if you really want to eat one meal a day and you have the stomach for it, the best way to do it would be actually plan out 3 different meals and just have them all at once, right? So like plan out, here's my optimal breakfast, here's my optimal lunch, here's my optimal dinner, just eat it all at once. Like that is the only way it would really work, but I don't recommend it because it is working against you in one way, which is if you ever try to work out and working from home as well, only eating one meal a day will probably leave you tired because you're going to be fasting for so much more of that day, right? So, you know, your brain wants food, your body wants food. If you're exercising, your energy levels will probably be lower. And often your performance, and this goes for mental performance as well, if you're only eating once, especially late at night after you've done all your work for the day. So I'd say like try and make it 2. Have a big breakfast and a big dinner, but split up your calories because calories are going to be the big thing to look out for here. Let's see. If you've been trying to drop weight for years, you've already done a good job. You've lost 20 pounds, right? Now I'm going to make an assumption. If you've been trying to lose weight for years and you're OMADing, I assume that you can eat a lot because that means that you are eating a ton of food in one meal. So that's clearly not a problem. So I would say split it in half, try and have something right when you wake up and something around 6 or 7 p.m. You can leave the middle of the day free, that's fine. But you probably in this situation will want to take a look at calories because it sounds like intuitive eating probably isn't for you. Because if you can eat this much in one meal, it probably means you're that hungry, just like me. You're the same as me. So I would say, yeah, looking at calories might be something you want to consider here, and probably putting about half of them into breakfast will probably increase your performance as well. Other than that, totally fine. Midnight for bed. Oh, hey, I'm gross. What's up? It's me, Sclimbo. The bedtime's fine. Everything else is fine. You've done a good job losing 20 already. But yeah, I would say try and split it up and focus on high volume foods. Get your potatoes, get your popcorn, right? Get your protein, stuff like that. Don't eat a lot of high fat foods. You still want your fat, but they're going to be not so satiating. So focus on that stuff. One of the best things that I recommend for people, honestly, is, hear me, this is just like a single food item, but some people sometimes want like something actionable, right? So if you want just a meal that's going to be really satiating, that has a lot of protein, great macros, right? Just get a 1 pan in the oven, slap up literally potatoes, onions, chicken thighs, put whatever you want on it. Just mind the calories of the sauce. But like sheet plate of chicken thighs or turkey thighs, yummy snack, and like multiple potatoes. you will be satiated. Potatoes are really high in satiation, like we talked about earlier. Just cut them up, put them on there, big old bake, a big old pan bake, bunch of, you know, grilled onions also in there on the oven. Just slam that, you'll be fine. It's one of my specific recommendations, I guess I would say. Anyway, let me catch up because I was yapping for a while. Sclim Factory, overseen by Flork and the 12 eunuchs attempting to pick the least controversial Sclim. That's for sure a thing. That's for sure a thing, you know. There's a lot of controversial Sclims out there. That's for sure. Nutriloaf coated meal, multi-protein calorie meal bar, so dense you can whack a clown with it. 1 gallon nutrient smoothie, OMAD and GOMAD. What about the 5 meals a day that celebrities have done? That's fine. I've done it. I've done up to 7 meals a day. It can help, but you do have to think about food a lot. You have to eat, like, one of the downsides of doing 5 to 7 meals a day is you kind of have to prepare that, right? So you're like, okay, every 2 or 3 hours I got to eat, I better have it ready, or I have to go make it, or I have to go out of my way, stop what I'm doing and get it out of the way. It's like, if you have the time for it, you know? It's not really a big meal that time anyway. Like, I had a footlong last night. Yeah, like, footlongs are between, usually, if you get a standard footlong, it's like 1,000 to 1,500 calories. So it's not even a full day's worth of eating for a lot of people. But yeah, big meal, objectively. Made a chicken stir fry with black bean sauce. Nice. The arms are hyperactive. I know. They talk whenever I yippee, whenever I talk. Yippee. You're lazy, bake the potato with the briquette at the same time. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, put them in the oven together on one sheet pan. That's what I'm saying, Divination. They can cook around the same amount of time. Just slap them in there. It's a big high satiety meal you can just not think about, especially if you're tired after working, you know? But yeah, working from home, you do luckily have the opportunity to get yourself a standing desk because you're working from home, so you can, you know, control your environment. To do that, I would say, and also try and intersperse workouts between your workday. That's a big one, right? Like we talked about getting up and squatting. Get up and do a set. Get up and do a hard set of something or a few hard sets. 15 minutes back to work. But you're getting some workouts dispersed throughout the day, but it doesn't feel like you're going in for one big workout. You know? Let's see here. Any advice for how to transition from using machines to weights, especially if you don't have a spotter for bench press? I have a bit of social anxiety. Heard that using dumbbells and barbells is more effective compared to, I imagine, machines here. Okay, yeah, so machines are great. They're a good tool in the toolbox. It is more effective in certain ways to use free weights, but it's not like a big deal. As big of a deal as people make it out to be. You can get very big on just machines. So if you really like are worried about safety, you can stay on machines. That's totally fine. I would say it is good to learn how to use the free weights. If you go to a gym, ask any of the employees there. I don't know if that can help with the social anxiety because you're not asking a stranger, but the employee's job there often, they don't advertise this, but they should teach you how to use the machine or how to do an exercise. They're not going to be a personal trainer for you, but they should at the very least show you how to do it. So I would use that because that is their job. That is their job in most places. To do that. So just go up to them and be like, hey, you know, I've never done a bench press before. Could you show me how to do it? Right. Or if you have a friend or somebody you know who's done it before, that's fine too. Also, most gyms, you could hire a trainer for one session. So here's a good example. A lot of gyms will have a free intro session where they kind of like try and sell it to you. But if you're strong, just take advantage of the intro session, then don't sign up afterwards, right? Take the intro session, learn how to bench press, then don't sign up afterwards. But you can use guides online and also videos to record your own form to make sure you're doing it the right way. Start at a lower weight. Just because you can bench something on a Smith machine or squat something on a machine on a hack squat does not mean you can do it with free weight. So don't. Like, take whatever weight you were doing, go half of that, and then learn from there. Would be my recommendation for learning how to use free weights because, yeah, you can put a lot of weight on a Smith machine that you couldn't bench raw, especially if you've never done it before. Your stabilizers are going to be like, what is this? And then collapse on you. Meanwhile, I just had a baked chicken breast with rice, peas, and corn. No sauce, just chicken juice. Hey, I do that too. There's a lot of sauces that are 0 calories or low calories too. Ketchup is only like 20 or 40 calories per serving. And there's plenty of 0 calorie things. So, you know, that's, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. All right, next question here. And did we get any more? Let me see. Oop, we did. All right, cool. We do have to go to ads in a moment here, but let me see what I can get here. A water drink. Actually, pre-rolls are turning on in 40 seconds. So before I start trying to answer this question, we're going to go to ads. All right, we'll be right back, everybody. As usual, be back in 4 minutes. Take a break. Like we talked about, do some standing up, go to the bathroom, get a snack. We're going to be right back in 4 minutes with more questions. Feel free to get them in. Uh-oh. Hey, what's up? All right, BRB. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm still in my freak model. Hopefully the ads weren't too bad. Hopefully you got some like Quest protein ads or something like that, or Vite Ramen. All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's keep going. We got a few more questions. Oh, hey, I'm back. Hey, what's up? Actually, just in time. What's going on? It's me. Hat's still on. But all right, let's keep going here. Do you have any advice on how to keep working out fun? I found that I get very bored when I follow the same routine for a while. Don't we all? Don't we all? So, nice thing is, you probably shouldn't be following the same routine for too long. Ed2, thanks for the continued sub. Thank you. But you probably shouldn't continue your routine for too long in the first place. So once you're kind of out of the beginner phase, you've been lifting for a few months, maybe like half a year or something like that, you want to probably consider going to like periodization blocks or like phase stick working out, which is rather than following the same routine for years on end, every like 9 or 10 weeks or so, you might swap up your routine. So the thing is, we can't focus on being the best of everything at once. So what's smart to do as you become an intermediate, as you become a little bit better at lifting, is to, you know, do a routine and then see what you feel like is lagging behind, or just an exercise you really want to do, and then swap to that routine for another 8 weeks or so. I know it's still kind of a lot of time to do like 8 weeks or something like that, but it does help a lot. So good example being variations. Say you've been doing barbell bench press for 8 weeks and you're like, hey, I'm done with it. I'm over it. I'm bored of it. Okay, do dumbbell bench. Do, you know, something else. You could do dips. You could do like an 8-week periodization block where you're only doing dips now. You're not even benching at all. Totally fine to do. And you can also, what's really fun about it is focus on different muscle groups. So you can do things like, oh, you know what? I'm going to focus on legs for this periodization block. For these 8 weeks, I'm going to kind of do maintenance on my upper body, where I'm going to definitely bench and stuff like that, but not as much as before. I'm go all in on legs, focus on legs, right? And that's how more advanced people actually build their physiques, is they do blocks of training like this, where just like a cut and a bulk would, they focus on one thing and then they try and maintain the other stuff, and then they swap, and then they take a break and swap. So one way to keep it fun is just, you know, pick fun exercises and rotate them all the time. Swap up the order. That's another way. Mobile games and Twitch streams on exercise bike turns cardio into something I look forward to. Yeah, that's a good one too. And then if we're talking about exercise in general, just do a fun exercise for cardio, right? Like go swimming, pick up a sports league if there are any local ones. I know a lot of my friends were in a local soccer league, or local football for those outside the US. They would do that for cardio and stuff like that. You know, there's gyms around that have like racquetball courts and things like that. I would say try and pick up like a hobby sport, right? Something like martial arts could be good there. Rock climbing. Have like cardio, in my opinion. I always think of cardio as like a hobby sport. Do something that's fun for cardio, because honestly, running on a treadmill sucks. It's the worst thing ever, in my opinion. It's so boring, and you just have to look at the same thing for like 60 minutes. Like, at least if you're doing weight training, you get to move to different machines. But if you're just on an elliptical or on a treadmill for like 60 minutes, it's kind of boring unless you have something to watch in front of you, which not everyone can do because some people get motion sick. So like, yeah, fine for cardio, something that's fun is usually my recommendation. And then weightlifting, just swap routines a lot. I swap routines all the time. Oh my God. I have fun with it though. Let's see. When it comes to cardio, you like putting on TV show? Yep. Podcasts are really good for that. Boxing is a great hobby sport. Hey, Eros, what's up? Yeah, boxing can be good. Just, not too much. Don't get brain damage. Boxing is really cool and I respect it a lot, but I think you kind of have to like understand that if you're going to do boxing to a serious extent, you probably are going to get hurt at some point. And there might be some permanent effects of it. A lot of people get punch drunk. So like as a hobby, totally fine. Great. Awesome cardio. Some of the best cardio ever. I mean, there's almost no cardio greater than being in a fight for a long time. Like the cardio level of people, I actually have a friend who does boxing and he was kind of trying to go pro with it and stuff. And his cardio level was just way beyond what anyone else in the group, even a lot of lifters in the group and stuff, but his cardio level was just way beyond that, because the cardio to stay in a fight that requires your full attention for multiple rounds is an insane amount of cardio. So yeah, definitely very good. Bicycles are so much fun. True, Sugi. Also, what's up, Sugi, on the YouTube end? Audiobooks and streams to climb, walk, tread is nice. Yeah, I listen to podcasts and audiobooks a lot whenever I'm doing my like walking or like light running around or biking in the woods and stuff like that. The boxing thing reminded me of the content creator who fought one viewer every day. Yeah, the dude who was like, I'm here, come fight me. I respect that so much. That was so cool. Because he was also pretty cool about it, right? Like whoever won, he was like, yeah, bring it here. And they gave hugs and stuff. That's sick. I love that. I'd fight people. There's people I would fight. Not like with the assumption that I'd win, but I'd want to fight them. Hey, Mecom, what's up? Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. What's up, everyone? My name is Sclimbo, Socks Agency certified Sclimbo and self-improvement VTuber. Today, we're talking about fitness and nutrition. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That is my job. Orange Soda Slime raid. What's up? Let me give a shout out. Mecom, Bachi. How was your stream? What were you up to? What's going on? What are we doing? Fighting is hard, especially long fights. Yeah, you gotta finish it quick. Creator Clash. Disguised Toast said he had headaches, trouble sleeping for a long period. Yeah, Creator Clash was really cool, honestly. I think it was really interesting. I think it speaks to something that all these YouTube creators had this like desire deep down to get really fit and fight each other, right? Almost like, I don't know, there's probably something psychological about there that, like, Almontis probably has an opinion on that. I'd like to talk to him about it. Is the idea that all these like YouTube people who are, you know, empathetic and stuff like that, and they're doing all this YouTube content, just all together decided, like, you know what? I want to beat the hell out of someone and get really fit. Like some sort of internal desire towards that, you know? They want to exercise something. And I think it's really interesting. I'd love to be involved with something like that, honestly. Parking lot of a Red Lobster, be there, be square. Listen, this would never happen, but if I got invited to Creator Clash, I would 100% do it. I would love to do it. It would be so fun. Oh my God. Get a real trainer, go insane, focus on it, get really, really strong, fight someone. Oh, I love that. I would be so down. I was trying to do a giveaway for a copy of Fallout 76. No one entered, so I'll move the giveaway to tomorrow. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. Also, I spent almost 2 hours hunting a box of cereal. Whoa, what were you looking for the cereal for? Dragon Ball Z and its effects on culture? Yeah, I just think, like, at some point, everyone was like, you know what? We want to fight. We want to fight. I know a guy who knows iDub, so I could theoretically pull strings to get people to Creator Clash. Listen, all I'm saying, Ayoto, is if iDubbbz did another Creator Clash, and if I was invited, I would go and take it very seriously and love it. I would definitely be in heavyweight. I would love it. It would be so cool. What's your choice of diner parking lot to fight in? Waffle House is most. I like me a good Denny's. I'm Denny's too. Yeah, Denny's parking lot fighting is good too. One time I met a vampire at a Denny's. Have I ever told you that story? I don't know if I told that story. I think I did. When the vampire at a Denny's story. Let me know if I have or haven't, because I'm not going to do it again if I have. Because I think I did it recently if I did. Alien 76 you needed? Ah, gotcha. A what? Yeah, I met a vampire. I met a vampire one time at a Denny's. So long story short, basically he met Flork at Denny's. Yeah, no, basically my friends and I went to this Denny's, and there was a guy who looked like Dracula who was working there. Like, he had slicked back hair and stuff. He was definitely from that region, right? And he looked like Dracula, and he had the accent as well, basically. And we were joking, like, oh, like, this Denny's isn't going to be here when we come tomorrow, right? Like, oh, this is vampire Denny's and stuff like that. Now, I promise you, he did not hear any of this. Like, he was not nearby. He was very, very far away. We didn't see him most of the night. And on the way out, we, you know, give our tips and stuff like that. We thank him for the meal. We say goodbye. And he looks at us and goes, enjoy the night. Exactly like that, right? Exactly like that. We never saw him again. We went to that Denny's every single week. Every single week. Same time. We never saw him again. People even went other times. Dude literally turned into bats and disappeared. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, yeah, never saw him again. Only saw him once ever. I don't know what the story about that was, but that was pretty cool. I remind you of the story that Vesper told one time in Hollow Stars, where he told the story of being on a bike trip, and he goes to a gas station and gets like a candy bar and talks to some people there, and then down the road they're like, that gas station's been closed for 20 years. Yeah, Dracula part-time job, Dracula Flow part-time job. He's like the guy I knew in college who was a pirate. There's always one guy in college who's a pirate or something like that. The Dracula regional manager of Denny's. That's like a really good Discord name, honestly. I might swap that. I might swap that at some point. All right, let's see here, just to make sure we don't have any others. Like to have a few in the queue. All right, we got one more. I was gonna say, oh, you met Vesper at Denny's. Wasn't sure if you knew him. Yeah, I met Vesper at Denny's. It was crazy, actually. Yeah. No, of course I do. Yeah, no, I'm really big on VTubers, so I watch HoloLive, Hollow Stars, everything. I used to watch a lot of Niji back in the day. I watch everything, every agency, a lot of indies. I keep informed. I keep informed usually. So, hey, anonymous gifter, thank you for the 1 month to thumb in the butt. Is that a person or a or a claim. But thank you for the sub regardless. Thank you so much. Next Halloween outfit's Denny's Dracula. Yeah, Dracula flow would be cool. My brother said he was a vampire for a bit when we were in school. Oh, like a Chunibyo thing. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Did you see the Tractor Supply sell spears? Sure did. Sure did. No, I didn't meet Vesper. No, I was just telling a story about what's it called? Him telling a story one time. I remember watching a stream of his where he told a story about a gas station that didn't exist. And I was like, that's similar. No, I have not met Vesper. But yeah, we do love the Hollow Stars. We do love the Hollow Stars here. Big fans. Big fan. Let's see. I'm trying to set up a calisthenics workout plan because I can't afford a gym membership, and I know I need something to balance out my back because you can't just do push-up variations forever, but I don't think I'm capable of even a single pull-up, and I don't have anywhere to put up a pull-up bar thanks to my landlord. Do you have any suggestions for an alternative, something to get strong enough and then eventually go to the park? Yeah, this is really tough. Back is really hard to do when you don't have equipment. One thing I would you can start off with this but you can do like, I forget the name for them, right? But you kind of are lifting your chest. It's like a snake or something where you're lifting your chest up off the ground using your back muscles, kind of like a reverse of a crunch. You can do that. But the big thing I'd recommend is find out if there's something that you can hang underneath from. Does not have to be a pull-up, but you can do Australian pull-ups or reverse rows, basically, which are hanging under a bar and pulling yourself up to it from underneath of it, right? And that is it's like a row. It's a back muscle working thing. You can also do rows. Like, obviously it's not calisthenics, but if you can find anything heavy enough to do rows, you can do that too. Like even a jug of water, lean over, get in good form, do some rows with it. But if you can find something to hang off of, it can even be like the underside of a table or something like that, or like a high table, or like something that's high up, or like a door frame. You can even get a bar for a door frame and hang underneath it or something like that, and then pull up to the bar. That is a good way to do it. It's real. They're even barbed. Yes, it is even barbed. I saw I think it was, who was getting, someone bought them recently on Twitter. I saw it, the Tractor Supply spears, but it definitely got around for the upcoming megafauna. Yeah. Since you're a Hollow Stars fan, does that mean that there is a snail bow in the future? There could be. I don't know. Maybe there's a snail bow. I did see everyone doing the snail thing recently. That's incredibly scary, actually. Like the Gerard snail just looking at me. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Go to the park at night when no one's seeing you. Yeah, but if you can find like a tree or a bench or something to go underneath and pull up to, that is one way to do it. That is one way to do that. But it is really hard to work your back with nothing at all. And I'm not like the most well-versed on calisthenics either. I want to get in it, but I'd say like of bodybuilding, powerlifting, and calisthenics, of the trifecta, that's the one I know the least about, I would say. But I'm the most interested in, especially as I get older. So, Gerard Snail beatboxing HBD makes one want to reach for the snelt gun. Yeah, let me just... Jimbos would still love you if you were a snail or worm. Would you guys love me if I was a worm? Would you love me if I turned into a worm? Would you? I was the kid at school who kept everything in their back and never emptied it. Yeah, but like, it's tough for the back muscles. I would say the easiest thing would be to do a row of some kind, because it is kind of hard finding tall things to kind of like angle yourself under and hang from too. So, or even shorter things. So it's like, yeah, I would probably go the row angle and see if you can find something heavy that you could row up to your chest and just do standard rows. Because I get, that would help, even though it's not calisthenics. If you're looking to work on your back, that's one way to do it, especially if you can't find anything to pull up on. But yeah, I'd still talk to you, but love's kind of strong. Oh, okay, thanks. New Sclimbo form, worm. No, that's all right. We don't need a worm. We don't need a worm Sclimbo. Snail Sclimbo would be pretty disturbing, though. I'm sure that'll be cooked up. I'm sure someone will cook that up. That'll probably happen on its own, I imagine. But stretchies. Let me take a drink. Anyone, if you want to get in any more fitness questions, feel free. I think that's our questions so far. So if you got any last minute ones or questions in chat, you can go ahead and put them in. Let me think. Do I have any other fitness topics to talk about today? Let me drink. Yeah, I guess just what I talked about before with the holidays and stuff. Hold on, let me get myself into the center here. Yeah, so with the holidays and stuff, let's just remember, everybody, very important, that Thanksgiving, those of you who celebrated, was yesterday, but that doesn't mean today's a holiday. So get back on track, all right? Not too many fun days, not too many. We had a fun day yesterday, so everyone please get back on track, just because, you know, Black Friday doesn't count in my mind. So I'm on my normal schedule today. Get right back on your normal schedule. Don't fall off the horse. We still got plenty of month left. How often should someone do cardio? I mean, you should move every day, but hard cardio, if you're talking like high intensity, like maybe 3-4 times a week. I wouldn't do it every single day, that's for sure. And it can interfere with your workouts and your recovery from your hard workouts, especially if you're doing really hard cardio. So yeah, like 3 to 4 times a week, maybe 2 to 3 if you're doing really, really hard stuff, but you should be moving every day. There really shouldn't be a day where you're entirely sedentary. Like even on rest days, you should be moving a little bit, stretching, walking, things like that. Active recovery, we call it. But I wouldn't be completely sedentary really any day of the week, if ideally, you know? Ideally. What's better, doing an exercise you can't do fully, standing row, can't get the weights all the way up, or lower weight ones that you can do? I would say lower weight ones that you can do, Liz. You generally want a full range of motion to just have a well-balanced physique and stuff like that, right? So I wouldn't try and cheat anything by putting higher weight on it. Just do things at lower weights, because the best part about fitness is all you have to do. I tell this to my clients all the time when I come in. I'm like, listen, you don't have to think. All you got to do is what you can, right? It doesn't matter. Like the number on the bar does not matter. What matters is going close to failure, regardless of what weight that is. You can take an advanced person, give them 20-pound dumbbells, and make them do something that sucks to a point where it takes them close to failure. The number doesn't really matter unless you're doing powerlifting and like that's your goal. So the reality is like, yeah, do what you can. Full range of motion, does not matter the weight. Just make sure you're going close to failure is usually the right thing. We don't got to do any ego lifting, not at all. Can you design an optimal nutrition diet for my chickens using common vegetables? I don't know anything about chicken nutrition, unfortunately. So I can't help you there. That would be like, what is that, an animal husbandry, animal dietitian? I mean, it's probably those. I'm sure there are at least. But yeah, not my area, unfortunately. We would still platonically love Sclimbo and cheer him on. Even if I was a worm, thank you. Thank you. Remember, stretch for the love of God, stretch before you work out. I would say dynamic stretch before you work out. I would say if you're doing cardio, yeah, you can static stretch. I would save static stretching till after workout and do dynamic stretching before workout. I don't do static stretching before workout. And this is like kind of up in the air, but there is some evidence towards this, that if you do really like end range static stretching before a workout, it can actually lead to higher chance of injury because things get even like too loose almost. But that's kind of like up in the air. I'm open to ideas on that, but what is true is the most effective warm-up and stretch for an exercise is doing that exercise with just the bar or lower weight. So do a dynamic exercise, maybe not static stretching beforehand, but you can static stretch afterwards. Chicken nutrition's huge science. Hey, what's up, Infest? Yeah, I don't know anything about chicken nutrition, except eating it, except the nutrition of chicken. For us, for me. Eat the chicken for optimal nutrition instead. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But yeah, I don't think, like, especially for heavy weightlifting, most people do not, that I've seen, don't do static end range stretching before heavy powerlifting. It'd mostly be dynamic stretching before powerlifting, and static stretching afterwards. But yeah, let me think. Any other fitness stuff to talk about? No, I think that's like all the fitness topics I got for today, if we don't have any other questions. But we can, maybe just for a little bit. Hey, does anyone have any, this is a little self-indulgent thing here. Anyone got any Steam games I should check out for the Steam sale? Because I got that. I have that. How am I going to make brickin' if I can't feed the chickens? Well, I don't know how to feed the chickens. That's, yeah, corn? I don't know what they eat. Do they eat each other? Do they do that? Can you give them brickin'? I don't know. I have many, depends on what you want. I some of them files. You know, I think I have them, but I haven't played them. Because here's the thing, right? This is a new account for me, so I don't have my wish list and stuff. I don't have anything on my Steam really, besides like family share stuff. Let me actually get that up here, and we'll swap back to just chatting maybe. Do you like roguelikes or deck builders? Honestly, I like roguelites, probably not deck builders. I don't like having to learn like a whole TCG to play something. Of course I have Metal Gear Rising. Of course I have Metal Gear Rising. They can be, you have to give them cooked chicken because you don't want them tasting blood. Why? What happens if they taste blood? Hold on, let me get everything set up here. I realize now I might want some background music because I don't have my BGM on this next screen here. So let me just do this. Close that off, and I'm going to grab just some music. This isn't going to be long. Acid jazz, royalty free. Go to my usual. Oh, that's loud. No, not like that. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. There we go. All right, let's do a little bit of Steam. Oh, I'm in the abyss. I'm trapped in the abyss. Knowers. Anyway, let's see if we can get Steam up here and take a couple recommendations, because it is the Black Friday sale right now, and I could maybe spend, I don't know, like $20 or $30. Get a bunch of weird stuff we can play on stream. Looking for stream games mostly. All right, let's show Steam here. I don't think there's anything on Steam that like ever doxes you, right? Like Steam should be fine. It's Sclimbo. Are you surprised? Casper Crashers, I've played that. There's going to be a lot of like, oh, I've played that because I, used to do a lot in game industry stuff. But what kind of genres do you like? Honestly, like RPGs, but I would say like stream games is mostly what I'm looking for now, because I don't tend to like to play story heavy games on stream because, as you know, I can't shut up. Oh, let me get out of the category, actually. Hold on. Let me go back to just chatting. So as you know, I can't shut up, right? And because of that, I can't sit through story cutscenes without talking, and I will go insane. So I like can't stream story games. I just can't do it. Stay away from the payment section. Cool. We can just put things in the cart. World of Horror. I played World of Horror. Yeah, I played that. Prodigal or Curse Crackers are not on sale. Theorizing on stream is so funny. Yeah, I have fun. I have fun. All right, let's see here. Let's go to Steam and just let's see what's on first. Maybe we have strong opinions about any of the games on here. Time Stranger. I didn't buy it, but yeah, I should. You'd recommend Undertale, but it only works because you have to read it all out. Yeah, I haven't played Undertale before, actually, somehow, but maybe. It could be fun to do, like, all of Undertale, kind of like a Yomi did. This deal is... Stick High is great, but not on sale? Yeah, I'm going to focus on, like, sale things, probably, and just kind of look around. This is a little bit self-indulgent here. Just see what's available. Deltarune stream. Blueprints is a puzzle game. Oh, I'm bad at puzzles, sorry. Puzzles are scary. Let's see what's like on sale actually first. Browse more. Are any of these sales good? Let's see. Black Friday. Isn't the fall sale something different? That already happened, right? Space Marine 2 is kind of tempting. Hey, Ven, what's up? There's a demo out for a game I think everyone should at least look at. It's called Mindwave. Let's take a look. Take a look at Mindwave. Mindwave. Yeah, we're looking at the Black Friday sale on Steam right now. Somnium's on sale? Ooh. Oh, no. What is this? Minigames. Oh, this is like, okay, this is like a minigame comp. Kind of like WarioWare, right? This is the fall sale for this year? Ah, I see. It took a little bit, huh? Streaming Undertale attracts too many toxic viewers. I think I could handle it. I think I could take them. I could take them. This looks nice. Oh my god. Wow, this actually does look really cool. Hollow Hammer developer and publisher. Who are they? Mindwave. Hollow Hammer. Who are you? Have you made anything else? You're new. Ooh, look at you. Look at you. Power of the Sneaky Ninja is good. Playable. You're a playable character in a Mekon? That's sick. Hell Maiden is a roguelike based on Dante's Inferno. It's only a demo right now. I tried demos. This is a demo. Okay, not out yet, but it is a demo. Little baby developers. Little baby developers. Let's check out Hell Maiden. Hell Maiden. Take a look at this. Traverse the depths of hell and beat its toughest demons. That's cards! Scary cards. I do like card games, but I feel like there's so much to learn in games like this. Oh, nice aesthetics, though. Survive hell's vicious hordes. Maidens are hell. Oh, is this like a Vampire Survivor, but like a deck builder? It looks kind of Vampire Survivor-y. Am I on the money here? Mix and match cards to enhance your attacks. Check out Shotgun King. I like that name. Me, I'm the Shotgun King. The card portions turn brain off, add cards. I do like that. The card's just the skin for the abilities. Got it. Got it. Got it. Shotgun Farmer. Did I just search Shotgun? I sure did. Shotgun King. Shotgun King, the final checkmate. What do we got going on over here? Chest beat, replace your entire army with a royal shotgun. What? This is the Gungeon? I never played Gungeon, yeah. Oh, this is silly. This is silly. I like premises like this. It's like Balatro idea where it's just like, let's just take a game and make it crazy. Chess roguelike, like, of course. I never played that Pokemon chess game. I should check that out. Hollow Break. Is Hollow Break the fighting game? Or is that the action game? Hollow Break. Is it even on? I guess it's not on Steam, huh? American Chess. Counter-Strike 2. Ready or Not's on sale. Space Marine is still a little high for me, but yeah, I want to do that at some point. This is the Oblivion remaster. I think it's on Games Pass though. I don't think I need that. Okay, Witcher 3 down to $10. We're getting there. Yeah, almost time, maybe. If you like Balatro, Clover Pit's the next logical step. I think someone showed me this. Hazmat might have shown me Clover Pit. Am I crazy to say that? Wish I had an endless stream of money so I can just buy stuff for Black Friday. Yeah, the sales are really tempting. Hollow X Break. Sorry, thank you. Yes. I do have Risk of Rain too. Yeah, I got that. Clover Pit's on Games Pass. Well, then we don't buy it here. Oh, this is the PP game. Yeah, this is the Go Piss game. Okay. Wait. Roguelite Slot Machine Nightmare? A never-ending debt simulator? This does seem up my alley. Hold on. Hold on. $9.99? Not on sale, but something. That's a wish list, I'd say. I like gambling. I love gambling. I have tried Buckshot. Management, I'm pretty good with management. I like management. We haven't streamed it before, but I like streaming stuff. Like, I would stream Crusader Kings. I'm not good at it, but I'd like streaming Crusader Kings. That could be pretty fun. Where's my wish list button? Is it there? No, that's going to the wish list. Add to your wish list. I'm gonna, yeah, take a look at that later. I'm not gonna buy anything on stream, but I'm just looking around. Bored me after 8 hours, but I wasn't mad about the 8 hours. Yeah, okay. I mean, honestly, Balatro, I felt like once I figured out a build, I was good. I think I only played Balatro for like 15 hours. That's fine, though. I don't mind a short experience. How do you feel about old games? Totally fine. Old games are great. Master Chief Collection's $10, really? I mean, we 100% will play Halo at some point. So, I almost have to wishlist that. Yeah. I love Halo. Halo's fun. I do have Buckshot. Yes, I do have Buckshot. You have For the King. Sounds familiar. I don't think I have it, though. No, I don't. This is... What is this? Stacklands. Card management. You're managing cards? On like a 1 hour long story horror game like Papers, Please. Last Report. I think I've heard of it. Yeah. Halo is cool. Okay. I see. What's the game where you have the streamer playing as the king? I don't know that one. But I never actually played Needy Streamer Overload. Is that on sale? No, it's not. Darn. There's a few streamer games I'd like to buy. King of the Castle. King of the Castle. Let me get through this first, though. What do we got over here? Probably wouldn't recommend watching a trailer on stream, but I recommend you check out The Devil's Due. What's it about, Soup? What's it about? Stacklands is like SimCity builder with card packs. Ooh. Stacklands. I do like opening packs. That's always fun. Euro Truck's $5. I'm pretty sure I have Euro Truck. Stacklands 2000. Wait, is this an old game or is that like an old skin for it? Yeah, King of the Castle, Borat. Gotta be. Build structures and fight creatures. That cards collect food, build structures. Oh, one thing I think we're gonna play on the Discord stream on Sunday is I think we're gonna check out Anode Heart, Layer Null, because I got gifted a code for this. So we're probably gonna check that out on Discord stream on Sunday. Just to let everyone know about that. It's a chill game for lapping. Dorfromantic? What is that? Dorfromantic. Dorfromantic. Oh, I get it. The game where you play poker against demons to win back your soul. Also, you can cheat. Cool. Titanfall 2 is on sale. Titanfall 2 is sick. I had a Titanfall 2 period. I sure did. I remember having an argument. I had a crazy argument with my friends about Titanfall 2. That while we were playing it, we argued for like 3 hours about something. $449. I'm sure I have Titanfall somewhere else, but it might be lost to time. It might be lost to time. I think I have it on EA Origin or something. Not home to shill it. There's an alpha roguelike Necro West game. That's a lot of tags. You and your gen mates would find hilarious because you can kill each other and it's the base feature. Star Wars Squadrons, $4. Already got it. You know I got that. I think I have every Star Wars game, so. Backseat Driver. Have it on Origin. Yeah, I think I have it on Origin. I must because I played it on PC, so I must have it on Origin. Mega Bonk. Where's like the highest discount? I want to see the highest discount category. I want to see like, this has all of the discounts. You ever play Magical? Kingdom Hearts Integrum Collection? What is that one? What is that one? what games does that contain? What Kingdom Hearts games does that contain? If you like Titanfall 2, I highly recommend you look up Diesel Knights. That does sound familiar. I might be thinking of Spiral Knights, actually. I think it's completely different. Horror games, because you played games tagged with horror. When? Literally when? They're scary. I do like my soul likes. Dark games. I played games tagged with dark. Okay. Okay. Steam doesn't know what to do with itself right now because it's like, I don't have much on this account. I should really be on my other account checking out, but obviously not on stream. All the games for PC. Oh, it's all of them? Okay. I do have OG Battlefront 2. Just call it the Chuny tag. Yeah. Eliza P. That's the one that's like France Souls, right? Like Renaissance France Souls. I've seen a lot of people playing that. Hey, Vera, what's up? We are Black Friday sales. We're taking a look. I think everyone's doing it today. So I'm like, let me just take a peek, see what's up. I might not buy anything. I don't have too much money to spend right now. But yeah, you know, here's the thing. You know, turns out there's a lot of conventions. so all the subs and stuff that we're getting are pretty much going right to plane tickets for conventions. so I can actually like see people and do events and stuff like that, which I'm very grateful for, don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's where a lot of that's going. 100% hype. Let's go. Absolutely. No, we're going there's gonna be a lot of cons, a lot of con appearances we're gonna be doing for sure, and a lot of cons I'll be going to in person. So yay, yippee. Fun and adventurous 2026 is what we're gonna have. I like traveling. I like adventure. And I always buy the cheapest plane ticket possible. I'm like, listen, put me in the pet cargo hold. I don't care. I don't care when I leave. I don't care what my seat is. Give me that lowest fare. I'll do like a, 6-hour layover. I don't care. Lowest fare. What do we got? Sclimbo off-kai push-up competition. Ooh. If you buy a game for Steam, save the receipt for us. True, that's true, Etu. I forgot I can do that. I forgot I could expense games. I'm not used to that yet. As long as I stream it. Here's a deep pull. Prince of Persia. Ooh. What's your opinion on fighting games? Oh, don't get me started. I'm afraid of fighting games. The thing about fighting games, I forgot I was in a corpo. The thing about fighting games is like they take too much time to get good at, so there's no point in me playing them, because it's like I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spend time to get good, so there's no point in me playing them basically. So I have a relationship with fighting games for sure. I used to get trained on by my friends. A few of my friends played like I have a good friend who went to Evo and a couple times for various games, and he would just train on me, and I was like, no, I'm good actually. Shadows over Loathing and West of Loathing. Oh yeah, I played West of Loathing. I think I have that. Yeah. Recommend you check out Another Crab's Treasure. The Souls-like replays a hermit crab. I've seen people stream that. 100%. Super Hot I have. Yes. I also have GTA 5. Okay, it's in library. I'm like, why is it showing me this? It's literally in library. I'm playing that soon. I was like, why is that? Huh? Super Hot's really cool. Party Hard is Twitch integration. What's Party Hard? I can't wait to... Tarkov is on Steam? Huh? Hey, haha. Hey, haha. Hey, Etu, socks management. Haha. Do I haha. If I were to buy Escape from Tarkov. If I were to buy Escape from Tarkov on Steam, just saying, because I have a separate account that I can't use because it has my name tied to it, but I don't have a Sclimbo Escape from Tarkov. Just got like 1,000 hours in that game. No, just saying. Would I stream it? Yes, maybe. But like maybe a lot. Like all right, here's the thing. I don't know if I would stream Tarkov yet, so that's why I'm holding back. But if I did stream Tarkov, it would be a lot. It would be like every week here and there. I do it. Okay, so I have a separate family account shared to Sclimbo, but I don't have Tarkov on Steam. I have Tarkov on Battlestate Games Launcher. So I don't think I can do anything about that, unfortunately. I don't think there's any way to like transfer it or something. Sounds like a business expense. It might be. No, please give more recommendations. Soup, I don't mind. I am turning down a lot and I feel bad, but I do have a lot and I've played a lot already. So I'm just like, yeah, I've played that. But I am taking note of these. Thank you. Yes, I did play Cave Story. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, it's Tarkov's weird one. Like, I don't think here's the thing, is it's hard to talk to chat when I'm playing Tarkov, right? I don't think I would do it soon. I think I'd wait, because like Tarkov is something that I might stream a lot later on, when it's like, hey, it's Thursday stream, we've gotten through all of our chatting, we've gotten through all of our fitness questions, I still want to stream a little bit, I might just play some Tarkov, right? Because I'm very much of the idea that Thursday is my free stream, where I do fitness, I do just chatting, but I can also look into whatever I want, talk about whatever I want, and do whatever I want. So we might, you know, do some GeoGuessr on Thursdays. We will be doing GeoGuessr on Friday sometime soon, when maybe even next week, finally get GeoGuessr going, because that's a big thing I like doing, and we're going to do that fairly regularly. But Tarkov 100% would be a game where if I do stream it, I stream it a lot, but it's like in the background, right? Where it's like, yeah, we're going to play Tarkov today, you know, do certain runs and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. I go on the Tarkov bad, but I'm here anyway. So here we go. Or am I in Die Hard? The shit rips. It rips. Tarkov rips. But I also play Tarkov wrong. I don't play Tarkov like a normal human being. I have checked out 999 Trilogy. Yes. I have those physical on Vita, or I did have them physical on Vita. I love Souls games. I do love Souls games. I would also 100% stream Souls games, but I'm going to get stream taxed really bad. Really bad. It's going to be way worse. Way worse. It's going to be like Pokemon. You know? Have I played hit asymmetrical game Dead by Daylight? Sure have. Sure have. Backyard Baseball? No! No! Hold on. Let me get Steam actually back on. I realize it's the black screen right now. No black screen stream. None of that. We're not doing that right now. Back here. They really just gave Tarkov 15% off, like the game's still new. Yeah, this is still a big price from Tarkov, and I'm sure this isn't the edition that lets you play single player, is it? This is probably the basic edition. Left Behind edition. Yup. Hey, guess what edition I have, by the way, on my actual account. Haha. I mean, I don't have Prepare for Escape because that's new, but I bought the really nice one years ago. What about the Coin Game or Ninja Turtles Cowabunga? I don't know Coin Game, no. But yeah, see, I don't play Tarkov like a human being. I play Tarkov like a little freak. So what I like is this is not good. I turn Tarkov into a battle royale by going in unkitted and killing scabs to loot up, and then maybe like sneakily rat killing a player and taking his gear. I do not go in with full kits very often. Like, I play Tarkov like a loot sim, where I steal stuff, I sneak around, I kill scabs, I mostly avoid fights, and I rat around like a little loot guy. So I play it like a battle royale. I don't play like a human being. I'm not good at PvP. I'm very bad at PvP. Speaking of Pokemon, XG Gale of Darkness is pretty neat as far as ROM hacks go. Yeah, I tried it once, XG, that ROM hack. It didn't work very well though. Yeah, I am loot rat Tarky Sigma. I am big loot rat. So a lot of our streams would be like me hiding in a corner going, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And then trying to sneak kill someone. But it would be fun. I do love Tarkov. I played a lot on my own. I played many wipes for years, 3 years or 4 years or so. Ready or not, Persona 3 Reload's getting kind of cheap, actually. I'm excited for the Persona 4 remake. Big Persona 4 fan, so that's my favorite one. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. It's my favorite. Total War Warhammer, I've heard, is pretty good. Only 14... Hey, Vera! Hey, Vera, you got any feelings on this one? Just wondering if you're still around. Hey, what's up, Mikan? Yeah, what is Coin Game? Coin Game's a game where you can play arcade games. Oh, sorry, I missed that message. Can't believe XCOM's still 30. Is it really? Damn. Fever Meme could be fun for a one-off stream with backseating chat. What is that? What is Fever Meme? The X-Packs are expensive? I wonder if Vera has any opinions on which Warhammer game I should buy. I'm sure Vera has opinions on that, considering Vera, you know, writes for Warhammer as a job. You're showing the Black Frost emote? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it. What is Fever Meme? Fever Meme. What? It's 420? Okay, what is this? It's Stanley Parable, Undertale, and Rage games like I Want to Be the Guy. Oh, no. Oh, no. This looks frustrating. It's an incredibly overstimulating game. Oh, reminds me of a certain Gary's mod map back in the day. Does Teoifi mean anything to anyone? Just wondering. I know who to ask for advice on lore dump content. Yeah, no, Vera, let me shout out Vera. Shout out to Vera. Vera is incredible. Vera writes for Warhammer Fantasy, among other things, and does a lot of really cool stuff. Check out Vera. Have you played Katana Zero? Yes, I believe so. Let me just be sure about that. That's not what I'm thinking of, because I enjoy it. Yes, Neo Noir. Yes, absolutely. Not that much though. I'm tough with action games. I'm very picky, sorry. I would stream something like that, though. That's 100% a stream game, but probably not a play on my own sort of game. Let's see. I just want to find, like, wait, what? Really? Steam Deck on sale? No, don't do it. Bad Sclimbo. Bad Sclimbo. Because I like Power Wash. Where's my... Is there, like, best deals? I am 100% one of those people who's like, wait, what's the best deal? I want that. The thing about... I would 100% get the early days collection for Yu-Gi-Oh! I just think I already have all these games and I've played them all to death. Like, I think I can already stream all of these. So, you know? If you like cleanup games and Viscer cleanup, you recommend Kaiju cleanup? Oh my god. What's the margin for action games then? Dishonored? Dishonored would be a good stream game, yeah. I'm just like, I don't like Metroidvanias very much. Because I can't keep maps in my mind, so I'll get lost. I'm not good at anything that has puzzles at all in any way. So anything that has puzzles at all will immediately just gate me, and I'll be sitting here with my mouth open, just like, chat, help, 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 help. Because remember, you have to keep in mind, right? I can't think when I stream. I can't think. So anything that requires thoughts, I'm not very good at when I'm streaming. I have this already. Why is this here? Wait, what? This is literally, I have this installed right now. Oh, this is the base game. The base game. I have Link Evolution. That's why. Okay. The Room. Dead Cells. Dead Cells is all right. Dead Cells is all right. I do like roguelikes where you get to, you know, where you get to keep some resources as you go, like when you level up and you can keep something. I do like that because I can literally brute force them, and that's usually what I'll do. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm not good at it, but eventually I'll get strong enough because I'm brute forcing it. Simplification's real, yeah. Dishonored's 250. I have played Dishonored a ton. I'm sure I have that. I do have that, just not on this, like, it's on this account, but it's not linked right now, but I have access to it. Dishonored was a really good game. I don't think I ever played the second one, though. I want to look in, like, ooh. If only Bannerlord was better than modded Mountain Blade. If only. Is it, like, have people started modding Bannerlord yet? Moving over there? Sekiro first time could be fun. I never played that because I liked RPGs more than I liked action in Souls games. What's your favorite healthy snack that feels more like a treat? Baked sweet potato with salt, pepper, cinnamon? Usually popcorn's my answer, but I'd probably say Halo Top if that counts. Like the Halo Top with the toppings mixed in, the like 500 calorie pints. That's probably my favorite. I'd argue Death of Outsider is better. God of War. Is that the new one? Ragnarok? Yeah, I still never played Ragnarok. New one, I say, as it's like 3 years old at this point. Time Strangers, $70. I did make an agreement with myself that I would never pay $70 for a game. So when prices of games went up, I was like, sorry, I'm never doing it. You're never going to make me do it. Sorry. It's just too much. Hey, Sclimbo, hope you're having a good day. Also hear the Bannerlord modding scene's pretty big. Is it getting there, Full Tier? That's good to hear. Because I was big on Mountain Blade modding, but I didn't know if everyone swapped over to Bannerlord yet. So we get in. We get in, though. Darktide? I heard Darktide was incredible. No, wait. What's the one? Vermintide. Vermintide 2 is the big one. Did it? Actually, how much is Vermintide? I would like to play that at some point. Ooh! 95% off! Hello! That's not even an expense. Why is it so cheap? Is it because there's so many X-Packs? Is that what's going on here? How'd you buy ZA then? There are ways. There are ways. Let's see. If you've got a console with plenty of sales on Time Stranger for physical. Yeah, fun trick, by the way. Technically, what you can do is... This is evil, by the way. But this has been done before. Evil thing you can do. You can buy a game, play it, and then return it to GameStop, open, and then buy it used. Evil technology, by the way. But you can do that. You can do that. Vermintide was free like a week ago. Damn, I missed that, huh? But yeah, does this like require... Does this require all the X-Packs? Because there are a lot of these here. Or is base game worth it? Because that's $1.49. That's not even a cheesy double beef burrito at Taco Bell. That's so worth it. Bazinga true. That's how I... That technique, Polly, by the way, is how I bought Sword and Shield while still boycotting it. Because I bought it, refunded it, and then bought it used. So I don't think Game Freak saw any money from it. Haha. No, sorry, I rented it. I didn't even buy it. At the time, GameStop was doing the GameStop Game Pass thing. I rented it, opened it, because you could rent new games, and then returned it and bought it used. And that's how I played it on release night without giving money to Game Freak. They're just classes. Get one without the Get one with all the X packs and ask for it covered. Wow, thanks, Etu. Thanks, my talent manager, asking me to expense things so that I can get them. Thank you. Well, maybe I'll just put it on the maybe I'll just put it on the wish list for now. You know, maybe I put a cap in that one, add to the wish list, you know? Maybe. I did forget that I was in an agency and could get games covered for a bit there. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not going crazy though, because like I feel bad every time I do it, but I'm not gonna go crazy. Get the base game? Yeah, it's 95% off is insane. I've heard this game called Uma Musume. Have you guys heard anything about it? I don't know if it's good or not. I think it's pretty obscure. Has anyone heard anything about it? Oh no. Yeah, see, I'm very cost conscious in my normal life. That doesn't change because I want to see SVA succeed. So I don't want to like take all of the money, right? So like, even though I know I can expense stuff, I'm like, yeah, but is it a good deal? Is it worth it? Right? Like I remember when I was like expensing something and I was like, but I could get it on Games Pass instead and it'd be slightly less money, but I only have it for a month. But maybe I'll only use it for a month. So maybe it's more efficient. You know, like, yeah. Kimi no Aibaga. What do you mean we aren't buying Florka Yacht? Yeah, well, I'm sure he wants to, but the Flork Yacht is not yet ready. You could become a Genshin Impact streamer. Don't try me. Don't try me. When Genshin came out, I played Genshin for a year and a half straight for 4 hours every single day without fail. I didn't miss a day. 4 hours every day for a year and a half. I played Genshin. Don't start. Don't start. Yeah, no, I don't play. The reason you don't see gacha games on Sclimbo streams yet is for your own safety, not mine. It's because they're too good. They're too dangerous for me. I get too addicted to them. I don't spend a lot of money. I put in playtime. So for my own good, I stay away from them. I left the gym and it's snowing. Is it a bad day to have worn shorts? Nah, if you're feeling... Listen, when I come out of the gym, I'm going shorts. I'm hot. I'm going shorts. What is this? The Shimmering Horizon. This is a Mystery Dungeon game. Wait, is this one of the original Mystery Dungeon games? Shimmering Horizon and the Cursed Blacksmith. 72 Project. Are the... Oh, whoa, hold on. No, not like that. No, wait. For some reason, I thought the 72 Project were the original Mystery Dungeon devs because that was like an original game. And I thought maybe this was in the Mystery Dungeon series, but clearly not. This is crafting anime. I didn't see anything, but on that page, there sure were. This is like, yeah, that my search history is going to get tainted. That's going to happen anyway whenever you look up visual novels. Danger Will Robinson. Ruh-roh Scoob. Shiren the Wanderer's popular Mystery Dungeon. Yes, it is. But I know there's an original Mystery Dungeon thing. I could get... Yeah, do you guys want to see me stream NBA? You want me to stream football? No. No, sorry. We had a good run. Slots and daggers, but it's not on sale. Vampire Survivors. I have this. That's fine. Vegas. We could play New Vegas. Do you guys want to see a New Vegas stream at some point? Play a whole run of New Vegas forever for like months on end? Rather watch paint dry. I'm sure you're talking about something else, not New Vegas, clearly. New Vegas would be cool, yeah. During the Wanderer, pretty sure is the original. It would be fun. I don't feel like I've played enough New Vegas to like, I don't know anything. Like, I don't remember anything about New Vegas. It'd be like playing Skyrim, where it's been so long since I've played the main story, I don't remember anything. But you know what button I do like? The under $5 button. Danganronpa V3 is a great game, by the way. Let's hit that under $5 button. That's where I like to live generally. You know, why buy one game for 30 when I can buy like a bunch of games for $5? There's a trick here, isn't there? Is Geometry Dash one of those games like Frog Fractions where it's like a lie and it's something else actually? Or is it legit? I have Euro Truck. I think I have Witcher on my other account. I do have Truck Sim. Vermintide we're going to grab probably. These are all the under fives. Shadow of War. Wow, it's been a while. I definitely have Gmod. Vampire Survivor. Castle Crashes. Borderlands. You know, I've never beaten Borderlands 2. I actually really like Borderlands because loot game, right? But never actually beat Borderlands 2. I always get distracted whenever I start it. Like, I get distracted in the first, like, 2 hours. Something always happens. Geodash is what it says it is. All right. I'll trust you on that. I did play Jedi, Titanfall, Amogus. Have that. Did not need Riders Republic. It's a cheap price, though, for Riders Republic. Hey, young one, what's up? Outfront 2, EA, Cyber Sleuth Complete. I love that on the Vita. Got all the Danganronpas. Got them. Never played the Arkham games, but I think I'm good at this point, honestly. Fever Meme. Kingdom 2 Crowns, Ranch Simulator, Wolfenstein, New Order. That could be fun slop. That could be a fun slop game. Just for like a on the own, want to chill sort of thing. Howdy, howdy. What's going on? Sleeping Dogs was good. Gold mining, prospecting, gold mining simulator. Black Mesa. Wait, is this the good one? No, Hunt the Freeman's the bad one, right? With the voice acting and stuff. Trying to remember. Bro Tato. I thought it said Brolatro, and it was like Balatro spinoff. Oh, I should get Helldivers too. I never actually got to play it. Halo Wars. Greedfall, Watch Dogs. Oh, dude, we could play Watch Dogs. We could like dox people in Watch Dogs. That's kind of fun. That's the Half-Life 1 remake. Got it. I should get Helldivers too. It feels right up my alley. I do love Democracy. Fallout Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel. Oh, best game ever of all time. Sonic Adventure 2. Please. He'll buy it for you? Nah, that's all right. Hey, Pi, what's up? What's up? Final Fantasy. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here, but let's take a look. I want to actually see, is Helldivers on sale? Watch _dogs with the iconic hat. Okay, it's on sale, but not that much. It's still kind of expensive. Definitely worth it, but it's kind of expensive. I feel like I've missed the boat, though. It's been like a year and a half or 2 years since it's out. So I feel like I missed the boat. But if you get Helldivers 2, play with me. I can be trusted not to hellbomb your location. Cool. Sounds good, Johan. That sounds true. That sounds true and real. I know people are still playing, but I'm like, this is one of those things where it's like, am I good enough to play now? Like, I imagine people got pretty locked in and good at the game. Like, am I going to be good enough? I guess I shouldn't say that when I'm a Tarkov player, right? Because people have definitely missed the boat on Tarkov, and it's going to be really hard to get into it now. They buffed starting kit? Oh, all right. I mean, like, I kind of want to. I'll think about it, though. I don't know if I'd stream it enough to justify. I think the only thing that, like, I would justify expensing is something really cheap or something I'd stream a lot, like Tarkov. I would consider Tarkov. But I honestly, realistically, I think I'd just wait till Christmas sale. Like, Tarkov will be on sale again, and I think I want to wait a while before I stream Tarkov anyway. I wouldn't want to stream Tarkov in, like, the first month of VTubing or month or two of VTubing. Because, like, I don't know, shooters, it's hard to talk to chat, and I like talking to chat. So I'd rather hang out with you guys than stream Tarkov right away. Because I'd still try to talk to you and get distracted and stuff. So maybe I'll look again at the Christmas sale and buy Tarkov then stream it in, like, New Year's or something after that. The only downside of this game is the file size is 100. I don't have that much. I mean, I do, but I have to uninstall other stuff. I only have a 500 gig hard drive. Hey, cut it out. Don't do that. That's all uncompressed audio in multiple languages. That's why it's that big. All right, I think we've looked around a little bit. We've gotten some ideas, but thank you for coming by, everyone. We're going to get out of here because I know we're going to be here on Sunday in Discord for the first community hangout for those who want to join that. I'm going to see what we're going to do. We're probably going to play some more of the SMP and then probably also play some of that game we got gifted, that indie game. Check it out. So come by Discord on noon EST Sunday if you want to do that. And then we are going to be busy going forward. So this will be a light week because of the holidays, but next 2 weeks are going to be kind of crazy. There's a lot of big events. There's a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, thanks for coming by, everyone. Stick around for the raid. Let's go raid into someone, see what people are up to, and get on out of here. I'm going to go back to just chatting. I got to go eat a snack. I'm excited for leftovers. I am very hungry, as per usual. All right, let's see here. Who is on? Who are we jumping into to say hi to today? Who is on? I think Addie's doing a collab today. Oh, HR is on the front page today. That's exciting. Nice. I saw that. HR was on the front page. Let me see. Who's on my list? I kind of want to go in someone new today. Red Claw's on. What's Red Claw? Red Claw's also doing just chat. Did a Red Claw just start? I think he did. Yeah, let's go to Red Claw. We've never raided Red Claw before. Let's go say hi to Red Claw. Raid Red Claw. Raid on the boys. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming by. I will see you on Monday for the Nuzlocke. If you can't make Discord on Sunday, everyone have a good one. Get your protein. Have a good post-Thanksgiving. And we're going to get out of here. Oh, bye-bye.